Anyways, so myth. It's myth time. I want to know what the story is about. We're getting a kiss. That's all I know. And it's about a king and a queen. So let's see. It's as if I've been in a long dream. My consciousness is an immobilized seed that's buried deep in dark soil. Space around me is compressed into an endless void. Without any reference points, it is impossible to sense the passage of time. My memories are no different from a thick fog now. Yet, occasionally, I hear voices in the distance. They fluctuate between being near and far. There are jubilant cheers from the living and sorrowful sobs from the dead.
I will find you.
That's my hobby. You would bite? Don't bite them. It's not a vampire story. This was as akin to a hallucination born from endless waiting. However, that is the only ray of light penetrating this blackness. I don't always hear it, but when I do, faint light advances a little further into the void. In this endless waiting, I sense the heavy darkness that slowly recedes. And after traveling for what feels like centuries, the light grabs my wrist. I'm gonna hold on tightly. I beg of you, don't let go. Please, pull me out of this endless void. Please, lay me out of centuries of darkness and solitude. You, by the way, don't need previous knowledge because I also have none. This is like just one story branch.
The chosen one has been summoned. She shall deliver us, Philos' survivors, from the endless darkness.
Am I part of a cult now?
The chosen one has been summoned. She shall deliver us, Philos' survivors, from the endless darkness.
Vampire trainee. Oh my god. My vision gradually comes into focus, and the shattered dome ceiling materializes. Below the altar, countless pale faces emerge from the firefight. The gazes, fixated on me, are empty despite burning with great intensity.
We will return to Philos prior to the apocalypse.
So what I can tell you, like Xavier, hubby behind me here, he originally comes from Philos. It's a planet. And he is like a crown prince there, I think, more or less. He kinda burdened us with being the queen, and we waited there for eternity, and then he went into the complicated shit. Anyways, Philos is a planet, and apparently Philos like got destroyed. Return to Philos. What are they talking about? Where am I? Bewildered, I lower my head and stare at my hands. My fingertips retain a faint warmth. My wrist is suddenly pulled upward. Throwing wide ropes, the bishop drags me to the center of the altar with an irresistible force. Kinda. Not really, but kinda, yes. Excruciating pain pierces my palm. The gem on his scepter is as sharp as a blade, and blood falls.
Behold! She possesses a vessel of flesh and blood!
You peace? Oh, everyone's cheering! Covered in light, the acolytes cheer at the sight of my blood. While this absurd scene unfolds, a strange trembling rises. I feel it in my feet. But it's not that I'm afraid, rather, the ground is actually shaking. Reminiscent of thunder, the sound of horses' hooves approaches. From my position on the altar, I can see a figure wearing black armor. The individual smashes the monastery gates to oh, that's Xavier. Is he coming for my safety? Is he gonna save me?
It's him! The tyrant!
The tyrant? The kneeling acolytes lift their heads one by one. They are shot at the side of the trembling stone doors. Then the doors break. Amidst flying stone fragments, an arc of black and gold steel cuts the acolyte leader in half.
Stop the Mad King at once!
What? The acolyte shouts and cries of silence by the gleam of his blade as it swung. Unwilling to hesitate any longer, I quickly jump down from the altar, step over the wide ropes strewn across the floor, and slip into a shadowy hiding place.
My lady, you...
Shut up! I'm hiding! Be quiet. Count to 3 and I give. I suggest you answer my questions. With his mouth covered, the acolyte nods. However, his expression shows excitement instead of... What is wrong with you, my man? What is wrong with you? There's a slaughter happening outside. Who are you? I don't care who you are. I guess I just reincarnated, so who is the mad tyrant king? You know the man who charged into this place?
He is the sinner who destroyed Philos.
Oh? A sinner? Okay, who am I?
You are the chosen one from Philos.
Do I have a say in that?
The Cinder's waters washed you ashore. For a long time, we were waiting for you to awaken.
Okay. I don't care who you are, to be fair. I don't care.
We are acolytes who belong to the Order of Babel. We reside in the most scholarly, sacred monastery in Cindersfell.
The Order of Babel. I don't know any of those names, I'll be for real.
You are here to help us to return to Philos.
LB. My memories are hazy, my mind clouded. I can't remember anything about myself. You keep calling me the chosen one, but how can a person's name and identity be reduced to a cold, impersonal title? I barely made it out of the darkness alive. I'm not going to die here. How do I leave? My first guess will be through that shattered door over there. I don't know. I would try that one. The acolyte holds my hands with an iron grip. His voice is tinged with a childlike fanaticism.
You're awake. Why should we leave? You shall
I didn't
save
say
us
we,
all.
I said I. I don't care if you stay here or not. I want to leave. You're mistaken, I can't save anyone. The whistle of the sword's edge was getting closer and closer, yet the acolyte stood frozen like a statue. Oh, damn it, what are you waiting for? We need to run! He's not the only one. The other acolytes have also fallen to their knees to worship something. Their singing grows more fervent with each verse. Kill him? With what? With my bare hands? I don't have a weapon! I'm just gonna push him aside. The acolyte staggers back and crashes into the... Okay, I pushed him into the fire. I guess I still killed him. The flames leap and engulf his white robe. His body dissolves and I don't think I had a choice there. What did you expect pushing him into fire? Is he fireproof? Is that what we're expecting? These people, all of them are... I put my head around and look at their devout expressions. Under the light, none of them cast a shadow. These acolytes and the old man who cut my palm earlier, they're revenants. The Cindersfell I spoke of truly is a place inhabited only by the dead.
Xavier, relinquish that sword which is bathed in the blood of your brethren. If you do, I shall forgive your slaughter and absolve you of your sins.
I do think he has the upper hand right now, so I'm not sure if that's actually gonna happen.
Sins? What crimes did I commit to become a sinner? Is teaching the dead to cease their incessant chatter a crime?
You...
Took a deep breath, forced myself to calm down, and hide in the... Wasn't I still hiding in the shadows? Did I step out and then just like go back?
An assassin sought death at the castle. Was it your doing? They always waste their last breath singing the hymns you taught them. It is very annoying.
Oh, hi, hubby. He's in a narrow gap in front of me. I watch as the figure approaches the bishop.
Philos' prophecy rings true. The Chosen One has appeared, and the land will be saved. This city, as well as your fate, shall...
Twilight dances with long hair cascades from underneath the man's crown. Its soft, gentle glow is reflected.
Your life is about to be snuffed. Where
Oh, I
is
like
this
his
so-called
cape. Look how
chosen
pretty that is. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm always getting distracted. He steps forward, his black and gold boots treading on the hem of the bishop's robe.
Are they preoccupied with praying for your salvation?
Flowers are pretty too.
You, irredeemable traitor! You are the sinner who destroyed Philos!
But do we know that for sure? Was somebody present? I mean, he is a king after all. He probably has a lot of money, so he can like get really nice clothing. The bishop's scepter is sliced in half. He backs away until he collapses against the confessional.
She shall be the harbinger of your demise. You are here to die.
Am I gonna be somebody's death again? We had this before. I already killed someone.
That is where I
in the
must
previous
correct you.
life.
I'm here to attend your funeral.
You're wasting your energy. You cannot kill me, nor can you.
I do think he killed you, buddy. I do think he just proved you wrong, and I don't think you are breathing any longer. Everything seemingly comes to a standstill, and the corpse slowly settles onto the ground under that man's feet. It kicks up dust. The stifled groans fade while the night wind extinguishes the last flickering flames on the altar. Oh, look how pretty that is from the back. It's actually really pretty. The man slowly lowers his blade, surrounded by sparks and dancing cinders. He descends the long staircase. Where the fuck am I hiding? I'm stunned, and my fingertips are numb. They can almost feel the reverberations from that sword's deadly swing. In the darkness, the sound of footsteps grow more distant. Is he gone? Still tense, I wait for what seems like an eternity before I use the wall to support myself. I cautiously step out from my hiding place. Oh, he's gonna wait there for me, isn't he? I need to leave. The entire hall is deathly silent. There's only rubble and the white robe on the floor. Stone pillars have collapsed and flames creep along the spilled wax on the cracked floor. Ghostly lights frolic across the walls. I turn and... Thud! Bump! Sharp blade having been thrown What?! As now aimed in a stone wall behind me. Excuse me, sir. You have to take better care where you throwing that blade. It could have hurt me. I'm just a wee baby. I just got reincarnated. I'm not part of this cult. I wanted to leave. And I breeze plays with his long hair, but he doesn't move. He stares at me for a long, long time. Part of me feels as if we're not meeting for the first time. I could almost believe we're uniting after being separated for years. However, this illusion is shattered by his next— oh no, what is he doing? Is he cabadoning me? Oh, that's not a cabadon. I like your crown, it's actually really pretty. Sorry, I'm always getting distracted by everything. That time I got reincarnated as a wee baby. Yes! Probably have the body of an adult, but still. The man they call the Mad King leans down. He lifts the tip of his sword and it touches my throat. Wait, did he just throw a different blade at me?
Only the dead dwell in Cindersfell.
Well, I can tell you I'm breathing, and apparently I'm also bleeding. We tested that earlier.
So, who exactly are you?
Listen, I don't have an answer to that. You literally killed everyone who I could have asked. Dad! Does he carry 20 swords? I don't know, because his battle weapon is a great sword. I don't think that's the one he's throwing around. I better fucking hope he's not. Tale sickles every corner of Cindersfell. There was once a glorious kingdom called Philos. It fell during a catastrophic war. Everything perished, and the void swallowed the land. Death's shadows swept through every nook and cranny. Yet, if one could find the tree of life that connects life and death, they shall be reborn. They'll be able to embark on a journey home. And the one who will be their guide and light the path is the chosen one of Philos. He kicks a sword at Ito. I better fucking hope not. The sword rests near my throat. Slightest movement will kill me. You heard everything.
Indeed. You are the chosen one foretold in the epic poems.
I don't even know about those poems. Can you, like, give me a hint? A book? Something? Can I read? Did I reincarnate with the possibility of being able to read? Apparently I can talk, so, you know. Beth approaches as an inexplicable rage boils within me. I grit my teeth and speak. Can the words of the dab be considered a prophecy? They're nothing more than lost words. You want to kill me because I was crowned with the title of the Chosen One. He doesn't respond as he studies my expressions. He reminds me of a hunter examining the desperate state of his prey in its final moments. Release me. Although taking one's life is easy, it's also boring. Many revenants have already fallen. You still need more playthings?
They must pay the price for pursuing eternity.
Well, I didn't pursue eternity, I'll be for real. I literally just got pushed into the situation here. I didn't ask for it.
You've caught my interest.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Cindersville can only be inhabited by the dead. You are alive.
It seems so. I hope for a long while longer. I have no idea how I even arrived here. My memories remain trapped in those centuries enshrouded in darkness. They're akin to seeds buried underground. If you wish to slay me, then do it. I'll be able to join their ranks as a revenant.
Gambling with your life isn't how you properly threaten someone.
I think Silas would disagree with that.
Let's not forget, a death wish is an easy request to fulfill. And that this blade can only cut down the dead.
So, you wouldn't even be able to kill me with it? It sounds like a pretty useless sword, if you ask me. No wonder people hate him with a burning intensity. To be haunted, even in their semblance of an afterlife, steps away their chance of happiness.
In any case, I have no intention of killing you.
You don't? Truly? The wound on my palm reopened during our struggle. Blood trickles down my wrist. He pauses and furrows his brows as he stares at my wound, and he pulls my hand to be right in front of his eyes. You like those fanatical acolytes? Has he not seen a person bleed in eons? I mean, is he technically alive? Because he makes it sound like he's one of the dead ones. Tears a piece of cloth from the hem of my skirt. Buddy, you can't just destroy the clothes I'm having. It's the only ones I have. With his gaze lowered, he wraps the makeshift bandage around my palm. What is he trying to do? Is this how you make people submit? You threaten them with the sword before offering bait?
Don't move.
Okay.
I only stopped the bleeding. Your wound hasn't healed.
I mean, duh. Answer me first. I like the cute little flowers on his... Okay, yeah, sure, turn around. This looks really nice. Sorry, the cosplayer in me has to always, like, look for the clothing, because actually the clothing in this game is really pretty. It has another on my wound, picks up his heavy sword and turns to leave. You gonna leave me now? All alone? My mind tumbles further into chaos. I jump down from the stone coffin and grab the corner of his cloak. Why are you changing your mind again? He turns around. A moment passes before he offers a faint smile.
Perhaps I'm wondering how someone who bleeds so easily could be a savior.
Yeah, listen, I don't think I'm the savior. I'll be so for real. I slowly let go of him.
Danger lurks in every crevice here. Stay alert. I wish you luck.
Oh, okay, thank you. Can you at least give me one of your 100 swords? You're like throwing them left and right. Sky darkens as moonlight disappears in the canopy of trees. The thick, tangled branches obscure the paths ahead, but the scenery remains vivid in my memory. No matter where you are in Thelos, you need only look up to see the imposing gloomy castle. In its opulence, it stands with solitary majesty.
The moon is bright here. I was looking at a moon like this when I died.
How was I slain? I can't remember.
could have happened on the battlefield. Or those monsters that bite people.
Every monster?
When he rode past us on that horse, he splashed mud all over me.
Yes, he has this deathly...
Why is it so quiet all of a sudden?
I was so terrified that I didn't...
Looking toward the source of the voices, I see 3 revenants hanging from withered tree branches. They sway in the wind with their chatter. Who was the horseman? Can you tell me anything about him?
The sinner of Philos.
The tyrant who betrayed his own people.
He is the scoundrel who stopped us from returning to the land of light and eternity. Defeat him and take his head. Everyone hates his very existence.
Zombies, vampires... Borghasts? What the fuck are Borghasts? Unsteady, the ropes sway. The one belonging to the lost revenant snaps because of how agitated he was. Corpse plunges into the swamp below.
It's getting dark, and the fog is coming. You'd better find a place to take shelter.
His world still feels unfamiliar to me. He's not wrong. My highest priority at the moment is finding a safe location. Where can I find such a place?
The city at the foot of the mountain, of course.
Oh, there's a whole city.
It's the liveliest place in the area. The echoes of the royal capital still linger there.
You must navigate through the forest, the swampland, and the remnants of a battlefield.
They are ghost doggies. Oh.
Remember to
I just know
gaze at
banshees.
the moon. Once you reach the ferry's dock, you can cross the river.
Take a silver coin with you. The old ferryman has a nasty temper. If you're not careful, he'll kick you into the river.
I look into the distance. At the westernmost edge of this land of exiles, the monastery sits in a secluded corner on the highlands. It's far away from where the Mad King resides. To reach Cindersfell, I need to traverse the forest and fog at the base of the mountain. But do I wanna go to Cindersfell? Fourth moonlit night. Fog thickens and envelops the forest as daylight dims. Everything around me becomes a hazy blur. A broken bridge and another end of the road. You wrote it right the first. Looks really funny how you wrote that. Like from where they're coming from. Like their tale, like which country are they like originating from? The place of crescent moon is one that wanes its reflection, dances across the murky water's surface like countless spectral figures. Everything that falls into the water sings without a phrase, except for the moon's reflection. I mark a tree branch to trace my path, then I turn around and continue my track. Levick, oh, interesting. In the forest clearing, knights with pikes and silver armor sit ride around the fire. There are knights in a place like this? They are moving, and their lifeless eyes gaze up at the moon and the sky.
May Philos prosper under eternity's divine gaze.
Not Slavic, oh. From when then?
May Philos prosper under eternity's divine gaze.
Silence. Do you hear that? Footsteps approach us from the southwest.
Yorkshire. So, England and over there? Is Yorkshire from, like, UK?
Only the living can make that sound. Is the Mad King here?
Oh, so the king is also alive. So the king and me are the only two people alive? Other eyes suddenly turn their heads towards me, and the fire illuminates their faces, which are paler than their silver armor.
The Mad King has not graced us with his presence. However, she carries his essence.
Excuse me, I do not carry his essence yet. We haven't even really touched, okay? I cannot.
Outsider, have you pledged your loyalty to eternity itself?
I just got reincarnated. I didn't pledge anything to anyone. What?
She has no answer. She's a traitor to eternity.
I did not understand the question! The fuck? Chill out! Suits of armor collapse as the skeleton remains within them begin to glow with an eerie blue light. Leaping orange flames surround them. Cold blades slice the air as howling winds erupt around them. Before I can react, they charge towards me. These knights in silver armor are revenants. Oh. That's a fucking wanderer, not a knight.
Get on.
Ah!
We meet again.
Hi.
Hold tight.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. I have a really pretty dress on. Oh, pretty flowers. Hi. Ella, you mentioned the price of pursuing something. I can't read that
Dead are
fast.
trapped in a perpetual cycle.
Hi, buddy.
Only painful deaths await them.
Sorry.
Leave while you still can, or you'll meet the same fate.
I'm getting distracted. What if I want to stay, though? Can I? I can't. Oh. Oh, I'm taking the reins.
In
Okay.
a rush?
Didn't you tell me to leave while I still can? Oh. Oh, my dress is
said
really
leave.
pretty.
Not die. This land only cares about you walking into its trap.
They said the fate of the city is in my hands. I am the chosen one. Also a weapon.
You said their fate is in your hands.
Are we already on this terms? It's the second time we meet!
However, you're still in my hands. Is this form of etiquette sufficiently respectful toward the chosen one?
Oh.
I told you this place is fraught with danger. You need to be cautious.
Put me down. No, please carry me. Please, no! Keep me up there! You never heard of Phyllis's prophecy?
I've heard more last words.
Such as...
Excuses from the greedy. The pleas of those on death's doorstep. Confessions of hypocrites.
Oh, I do have a weapon. However, I managed to summon that one. Oh, Wanderers.
They are but vanquished foes.
Xavier, I curse you. You shall never find deliverance. You will be devoured in the act of slaughter.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Is that so? May your last words come to fruition.
Oh, that was hard. Wails and curses, the last of the revenants falls to his blade. The mist disperses, moonlight illuminates the armor and broken swords that lie scattered on the ground. They bear the ancient patterns of Phyllis. Were they Phyllis's knights in the past? If you're their king, then why? I turn around as I speak. the man suddenly loses his balance and falls towards me. The tip of a crimson sword is protruding from his left shoulder. Oh, he got down! No! Blood flows from his wound, and a faint black mist swirls around it. Is this from the Revenants? You will be devoured in the act of slaughter. His hand, covered in an iron gauntlet, grabs my wrist. I'm trapped between him and the tree stump behind me. Is he cabadoning me? I know you're in pain, but are you alright? Or were you injured? He struggles to keep his eyes open, and although his gaze is slightly unfocused, his voice remains cold. Cabadon? You don't know? That's how you write it. You can Google it.
Help me.
Oh.
I need to go over there.
I sure can help you. I would have done it even if you didn't give out an order. To be fair, he asked nicely. It's safe to Google, yes. It is safe to Google. To gathering enough fallen leaves and dry branches, I built a fire at our resting spot. In the fire's glow, his face is deathly pale. It's almost drained of color. Would you like to warm up by the fire?
No need.
Are you sure? Do you need water? I don't know where I would get water from, but like I can offer it, I guess.
No.
Do you want to rest? He's getting irritated by me. Very well, if you don't want to sleep, then I will. The night is cold and damp, so I'll be borrowing your cloak. Just slightly without saying a word, his eyes are still closed, but he does move to make room for me. Am I snuggling closer? Cold wind howls throughout the forest as it becomes fiercer. I hug my arms tightly, lean against his side, and act as if it's not unusual. You've heard it. You breathe, you bleed, you're alive just like me. Wow, I am Sherlock Holmes. I am Sherlock Holmes. I didn't put one and one together before? Is that why you didn't kill me at the monastery? Did you see yourself in me? I don't think that's the reason. He didn't seem interested in answering my questions. No, he really doesn't. During the battle, his sword was the only weapon capable of slaying the revenants. No wonder that old man with the white robes wanted hurt. While connecting the pieces of informations in my mind, my gaze shifts to the sword lying half a meter away. I can't say... What do you mean? Cabadon is really innocent. It's also a very popular like cosplay pose with like couple stuff. Cabadon is really hot. Oh. My MC can be smart, but she is not always smart. She sometimes needs a bit, okay? Let's keep in mind she just got reincarnated. It's like 4 days, 5 days, I think, something like that. She's just a wee little baby, okay? Connecting the pieces of information in my mind, my gaze shifts to the sword lying half a meter away. Hi, Maniac! How you doing? Welcome! It's a great sword that devours light. Oh, that's really funny because his evil, like his special, his regular special power is light. And his source is now eating the light. That's really funny. Aside from the back of the blade being thick, the weapon itself is completely black. Mysterious runes are inscribed on the sword, and they surge with light whenever it's swung. Does your weapon have a name?
No, it's just a sword.
That's not nice. He's your companion. Give it a name. And your horse's name is Horse? He doesn't respond, and silence settles between us. What about your name? Should I just call you Matt? We know that he's called Xavier. We heard that. The bishop said it. I feel like I've forgotten his name. Okay. So we do know it. We're trying to be sneaky, I see.
Xavier.
Despite knowing how dangerous this forest is, you willingly entered it. You have my thanks.
You are mistaken. Worthless rabble trampled on my garden. I cut them down, roots and all.
Okay. His nonchalant tone suggests I'm the first person he spared. My unspoken words remain in my throat as my gaze shifts once more to the terrifying sword at his side.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this blade cannot harm the living.
Dad. To be fair, he's a king and a snack, okay? If I need to act dumb to get his attention, I would too. Then, when you use it against me at the monastery that day, it was just an act of intimidation?
Yes.
Okay. Inexplicable anger rises within me. I'm just laughing. I don't have anger. I'm just laughing. And I thought the thin blanket covering my body. The fabric in my hand feels unexpectedly heavy, and only then do I realize it's actually his cloak. As I'm about to let go, he slightly leans towards me, and the edge of the fabric touches my fingers and carries an unexpected warmth. Oh. Okay, it's only day 2. I'm confused because at the start we had something about the 4th day. The thick fog has dissipated when I open my eyes. A crescent moon hangs in the firmament and casts its light upon the embers of our campfire. He helps me onto his spectral steed, and we traverse the forest before the next moonlit night. I can't read, I'm sorry. Moonlit night arrives. Whenever we encounter those revenant knights, they are swiftly cut down by his massive black sword. I'm gonna let that stand there.
Xavier, only an agonizing death awaits you.
As we pass through a swamp, I see a dead tree that has half fallen. It's covered in the lingering souls of soldiers who died in battle. He remains calm and spurs the horse forward. We press on. Yeah, too easy of a joke to make, exactly. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna let that sit there. He's so pretty. Baby. It seems like these revenants aren't very fond of you. What crime did you commit to make them hate you so? I mean, apparently everyone is dead except him. I think it might have something to do with him.
To properly tell the tale, I'd have to start with the era in which they were truly alive.
I have time. If nothing else, I have time. With a slight tug on the reins, he prompts the horse to leap across the ravine. I'm not afraid of your sword, but once the revenants are slain, where do they go? I assume they stop existing?
Nowhere.
They stop existing.
Once the phase of the moon changes, they'll come back to life.
Oh, or dead. The dead are trapped in a perpetual cycle, only painful deaths await them. So that's what he meant. Do we have like a Zelda situation? Oh. After an unknowable amount of time passes, rain falls from the sky. The remnants of an ancient battlefield emerge on a distant horizon. Collapsed stone tombs accompany overturned coffins. Rusty swords, broken spears, and worn helmets are scattered about. The rain washes away the dirt from the tombstones to reveal the text carved into them. In a chaotic era, kingdoms fall like shooting stars. The order of Lightseekers fought until they breathed their last breath. Wow. Wow. They did breathe until their last breath. Who would have guessed? Friends die if you kill them. Did you know that, chat? Countless blood-soaked battles fought with unwavering courage. Their tears live on in song, their heroic deeds forever engraved in our hearts. In the year of the Phyllis calendar, the kingdom fell. The royal capital was destroyed, and the royal bloodline was extinguished? That's not entirely true. The knights are exalted honorable guardians, they now rest in the silence of a long night. On the day the order ceased to exist, their names shall be carved into these historical monuments under eternity's divine gaze. Like the stars, they are distant, but never cease to shine.
What are you looking at?
A tombstone? If you don't win, you lose. After tying the horse to a tree stump, he walks towards me. I wonder if my name might be with these knights.
Why?
Phyllis didn't meet its demise until I was gone for many years. For those who once knew me, I must have died early. If I wasn't an exiled prisoner, then someone should have remembered me. It's possible they made a memorial.
Is being remembered that important to you?
Wise words to live by, yes. I'm unsure of when he had lifted his cloak to shield me from the rain. These knights fought their country when they lived after they died. Wait, what? These knights fought for their country when they lived. After they died, their tombstones were used to pave roads. Being remembered isn't important, but if no one remembers you, then is that the same as never existing in the first place? It took him a while before he finally spoke in a calm and different tone.
The rain is about to cease. We should leave.
Okay, thank you for having this very deep conversation with me about the rain, I guess. My legs are numb because I was crouching for a long time. Seeing me struggle to stand, he grabs my wrist and hoists me. Okay! In the distance, the forest path gradually widens and becomes a road. An endless expanse of land stretches towards the horizon. And across the river is our destination, Cindersfell. When did we establish that he also wants to go to Cindersfell, huh? Our journey, less than pleasant all things considered, finally ends as the crescent moon disappears. Wait, I just want to see something. This one is taking ages. I'm still at the second one, holy fucking hells. Okay, I think... There we go. Our journey, less than pleasant, all things considered, finally ends as the crescent moon disappears. A new moon rises. Ferry crossing, it's enshrouded in grey mist. When we arrive, the riverside is already crowded with revenants who want to cross. Well, good thing for you, I'm reading it for you. The revenants from earlier said I must cross this river by boat to arrive at Cindersfell. An unexpected event occurs. The lively atmosphere at the dock disintegrates when we appear. I mean, obviously everyone hates Xavier! The revenants who were talking amongst themselves fall silent and back away. They create a clear path for us. Accustomed to the situation and unfazed, I pull out a silver coin I have found in an abandoned tomb. It will pay for the fare. Xavier remains in the same spot. Then that I realize he doesn't have a coin.
1 coin per person.
You're
no
a king!
exceptions and no credit.
I can take care of any revenants that try to cross without paying.
Yeah, I think he's gonna say take care of yourself then.
Your presence alone is bad for my business. I'm not even sure I want to let you board. So, are you crossing the river or not?
He gives me an expressionless glance before suddenly shaking his head. Wait, I'll pay for him. Oh, I have 2 coins? Ferryman's expression changes subtly as his gaze lingers on me. He presses his lips into a thin line before gesturing for me to board the ferry. The man behind me doesn't say anything as he heads for the stern. You could say thank you, Mr. King? I didn't get a word of gratitude. Yeah. As soon as he steps onto the boat, however, all the revenants swarm to the stern. It starts to sink under their weight. Meanwhile, the bow, where Xavier and I are standing, rises.
Either find a seat or get off the boat, you dead bastards.
The revenants on the stern proceed to leave as if they were pardoned from execution. Only the 2 of us remain. In the silence, the small ferry moves across the water and disappears into the rippling moon. Is he sleeping? Did he just fall asleep again? Buddy. I look at Xavier as he rests. He has folded his arms and his eyes are closed. You owe me half your life and now you owe me a coin. Half his life? When you say I ought to be paid?
You want to use my debts against me.
Oh, he constantly falls asleep though. That's one of his traits. He always eepy. Every time he's like on my home screen, 90% of the time he's gonna be eeping on the little table. I'm not asking for everlasting gratitude. I only want you to pay your dues. I clear my throat to deliver the words I've prepared. I want your weapon, the sword that makes the revenants cover in fear.
No.
Can't just ask for his weapon. I can sense his resolve in that answer, but I expected as much. Since my first request was rejected, the chances of the second one being accepted are I'm so smart. If I can't have his weapon, I still need shelter if I am to survive. But living with an unpredictable individual is... Yeah! Yeah! You can't just live with a stranger just because he's hot!
If you cannot decide before we disembark, there will be no payment.
I won't allow it. Since you live in a castle on the other side, I'll meet you there when I think of my payment. He neither refuses nor accepts. It's as if he can see my innermost thoughts. If I had a bond of forged through hardship, this might be my only chance to request something from him.
Before we part ways, let me offer you one piece of advice. If you want to survive here, don't offer your kindness so easily.
But you're hot. He closes his eyes and he refuses to respond no matter what I do. Even if I boop him? Fog over the river gradually dissipates to reveal a towering black castle in the distance. Just as the ferry is about to reach the shore, it strikes the shoal and rocks. My body lurches to... Oh no, is he gonna grab me? When my fingers touch a reflection of water, ripples spread out and converge toward my fingertips. They coalesce into an elusive image. This is... Oh. Oh, my previous life. But that's true! You can't! You shouldn't! That's dangerous! Brightly colored flags slowly rise as by floral arrangements line both sides of the marble staircase. A young knight ascends the long staircase. Amongst the cheers of thousands, he ascends the throne. A hand places a crown upon his head. A lumen flora, the symbol of Philos' royal family, is pinned to his lapel. The illusion shifts to reveal an entirely different scene. Fortifications crumble, ruins cover the land. The royal capital, once peaceful, has become a battlefield shrouded in war smoke. The rebel army storms the capital. They force the young king to take his own... What? That the swords are melted into liquid steel in the furnace and cast onto the throne itself. And we're only at the second part. Huh? Peace is restored to the kingdom a century later. There are no more casualties from the war for hundreds of years. Yet people have come to despise this monarch. The knight, once adored by thousands, is now reviled. He is nothing more than a mad king.
The boat is docked. You should get off now.
Wait. Oh, once peaceful has become a battlefield. Our army storms the capital. They force the young king... I'm confused. They say they forced the young king to take his life. But at the same time... he's nothing more than I'm a bit confused about that. Hi, sailor! The voice pulls my thoughts back to reality. I raise my head and notice the space beside me is empty. Did I see his past? Dark washes over me, and in the darkest hours of the night, scattered lights illuminate a ruined city in the distance. The wind rustles, the grass as his figure quickly vanishes into the darkness. Okay, I have to quickly... Oops. I think it should not be Thierry anymore. I'm wandering the city for days. Although I failed to discover new information, I feel more free than ever before. What surprised me was that every revenant here firmly believes they return to Philos one day. And before I knew it, I started to believe it too. Isn't that rot?
Black castle is the mad king who sits on an abandoned throne.
I mean, the throne isn't abandoned if he sits on it.
countless kingdoms, innumerable cities. All their denizens wept under the hooves of the tyrant's iron cavalry.
At the square in the busiest part of the city, many revenants have gathered. I pull my hood tighter and move closer.
The dead were turned into weapons. Their bones and souls are mere cannon fodder for his wars. When he confronted the Order of Babel, many of our brethren were reduced to ashes by his hand.
I mean, that sounds reasonable. In the center of the crowd stands a revenant in white robes, passionately denouncing the Mad King's crimes. He's dressed as an acolyte from the Order of Babel. Well, like the Order of Yappen. He looks familiar. Is he the acolyte who escaped? Who escaped? Somebody escaped? It's not the one who was like holding on to us. Because he went up in flames.
Will we come back to life next month? Unhand me!
No more dissenting voices rise from the crowd. The Reverend Acolyte surveys the gathering before speaking of satisfaction.
But we have received good tidings.
We have?
The Chosen One, who shall deliver us, has answered our call. She's already here.
No, I'm not. Anticipation ripples through the revenants, and some lower their heads to whisper a devout prayer. Most fix their intense gaze on the acolyte. They eagerly await his next words.
Before the apocalypse descends, the sacred pilgrimage ceremony will proceed as planned. We shall reach the Tree of Life and return to our homeland.
What is this pilgrimage ceremony and Tree of Life to speak of?
Where's the Chosen One?
The Chosen One. The Chosen One is...
Sense of foreboding stirs within me. I turn to leave as I hear excited shouts behind me.
Over there!
No, I'm not. The Reverend Acolyte points at me. The every Revenant's gaze falls on me. I execute.
She is the Chosen One. Our prayers have summoned her.
Acting as if they've seen a goddess, the Revenants run towards me. Fervent cries resound. Countless hands reach out and cut off my escape route. Jubilant, they host me above the... Excuse me? I didn't consent to this! Wait, release me! Where's my king? Why is he not helping me? Where'd he go? The revenants carry me to the castle, perched on the Tails Hill. I wasn't even given the slightest chance to struggle or escape. The acolyte clears his throat and shouts at a half-open window located on an upper floor of the castle.
The one who stands before you is the slayer of the eternal night, the night of refulgence, the pilgrimage ceremony's shepherd.
I didn't consent to this.
The shining beacon of hope to Phelos's countless survivors. And she will be your nemesis until you die. Our prayers have summoned the Chosen One.
Did he come up with those titles in the time it took to get here? The black window frame slightly stirs, and a dagger with a cold gleam. What is this thing with throwing freaking blades?
My castle is too small for your ilk. Only your Chosen One can come in to slay me.
I don't wanna slay you.
And there will be a sea of blood if you let me handle the selection process.
Hi, Arg! How you doing? In the blink of an eye, the righteously indigent revenants scatter in all directions. Oh, these are fucking cowards, huh? Even the enthusiastic acolyte runs away and disappears like smoke. A chill runs down my spine as I look up. The figure near the window meets my gaze.
I see they've made their choice.
Yeah, I didn't make my choice. Can we talk about this? I really don't want to kill you. Hi there, bad guy. How you doing? Resign. I sigh inwardly and pick up the dagger. Open the door. Let's talk. Let's talk. The vast, empty hall of a tiled floor, only the sound of footsteps echoes. The candles' flames sway from wrought iron chandeliers, light and shadow interweave like spiderwebs across the cold stone walls. It's been a long time. Has it? Wasn't it just a few days? Stop at the foot of the throne and look up at him.
You bear all their hopes and dreams, and their very faith rests upon your shoulders. How does it feel?
Terrible, I didn't consent to this. I don't want to do this. It's not great. But I'm not here to duel you to the death. I know what I want for that silver oh, we do? Wait, what? Step forward and meet his guards. I try my best to appear confident. Oh, I don't think that's gonna help. Your observations are correct. These revenants are in a cage made from their own obsession. I can't save them, and I don't intend to try, since I have no interest in being the chosen one. Returning to Philos is my best choice. Once I'm there, I can recover my name, my memories, and myself. Oh, true, we still have no name, huh? Xavier, I need you to help me to return to Philos.
Is Philos important to you?
I mean, I guess, if it's the only thing I can remember. Of course, it's my homeland and the only place I can remember. If the Revenants strongly believe they can return, then perhaps a method exists. I'm no different from them if I can't remember anything.
Let's assume this Philos you desperately wish to return to no longer exists. What then?
Can we make a new one? I don't know. Is he reminding me, or is he trying to make me give up?
You have my permission to stay here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
We need a relationship that binds us, since we'll be together for a long time.
I don't want to kill him. I already had to kill Silas once. No. No! Stop that! Why do we constantly have to kill each other? It's not nice! I agree. As soon as he lets his guard down, I quickly agreed and scrambled in my mind for a road that could connect me to the king. Minister, attendant, knight, or a loyal subject. In any case, I'll need time before I can give you a satisfactory answer. A figure, surrounded by countless blades on the throne behind him. Is that Game of Thrones? Is that supposed to be Game of Thrones? I have never watched Game of Thrones. But I know there's a throne made out of, like, blades or something. Simply let out a faint laugh. Are the swords on your throne truly mementos from assassins?
Do you want to leave one yourself?
No, I'm good. In the name of love. No! No more killing my love interests! No more! I can't take that anymore. A conversation hits a wall. I clench my fists before turning away with a smile. I'll just pretend I didn't hear him. By the way, I can have a room that has access to fresh air.
I'll allow it.
Wow, generous. No! Why would I? If I really loved him, I will not kill him. I will look for a way to have us both be alive. After I entered the castle, the underground gambling den began taking bets on how the chosen one would die. Wow, they have really... wow! They really do believe in me, huh? Getting thrown into a forest of evil phantoms, only to be devoured, sinking at the bottom of the cinders, or dying because of his massive blade. Blade. The three deaths are ranked with different odds, but they're at the top of the list. No one believes the Mad King will let me live. If the chosen one dies, then it means they weren't the real one. So they'll wait for another. However, if the chosen one survives and escapes from their enemy, that means... the revenants from that land of exiles cheer. The dreadful suffering will finally come to an end. He's not Silas! I can't do this again to someone! I already feel bad enough that we ensnared Silas like that. Sing their praises for Darts, and even though I closed the castle highest room, their voices still penetrate the walls. But ever since I escaped the monastery, the arduous journey of poor sleep and traveling without proper rest has left me exhausted. Now that I have a shelter, exhaustion washes over me like a tidal wave. Revenants don't need to eat, yet I'm forced to endure this hunger. At night, I carry a lit candle and slowly make my way down the winding stone staircase to reach the kitchen. He really eats. What a frightening person. I conduct a thorough search only to find roots and mushrooms.
What are you doing?
Trying not to die of famine? Hello? No, it doesn't get easier. No. No, I don't want to do this anymore. Don't you need to sleep? Don't you need to eat? Would be a better question.
I heard music, so I decided to investigate.
Music? That's not from me.
What instrument is that?
Oh.
The sound is unique.
It's called being fucking hungry, you idiot. The willing of hungry hosts, yes. Oh. 15 minutes later, he brings over a bowl of mushroom soup. It's brightly colored.
This is all I have.
There was no fire in the kitchen? Because you cooked? Because I know that you can't cook. It's alright, I'm not a picky eater. This is rather strange, but I've been starving for several days. It's nothing short of a rare delicacy. Once I swallow a spoonful, my stomach begins to churn violently. And oh god. Is it poisoned mushrooms? Are you an idiot? Bizarre, otherworldly visions appear. Oh my god, he fucking poisoned me with mushroom soup, did he? Revenants dance in the air, and Xavier's black cloak suddenly transforms into a giant floating blanket. He poisoned me, didn't he? By accident. But still. Oh wait, I got a vision of his past again. In this dream, I saw Phyllis again. It was far away from me, yet it was still beautiful. Walls of brilliant snow white surrounded the city, towers loomed in clusters, the vibrant flags fluttering, the street gleamed with a soft radiance. I'm living with him. Is he that much of a stranger still? I don't know. If I live with him, probably not. A procession of silvery white knights slowly navigate through the streets, covered in flowers. They head to the ancient royal capital. The knight who's leading them is surrounded by people. It's impossible to see his face clearly. He carries a certain air. Although he has returned from his journey, his presence is strangely familiar.
All of you can go on ahead. I'll join you once I've seen her.
Oh? Sun, moon, and stars revolve as he turns around. My vision blurs, and the white city walls transform into a clock tower bathed in the sunset's glow. He turns around, sees me, smiles. For I can recognize him, a flock of pigeons flies past us. Flapping wings obscure his eyes.
I thought you'd never see me again.
Open my eyes, and I feel like I was in a very long dream. I see the hem of a black garment as it casts a graceful arc under a candlelight. Did you watch me while I was sleeping from your poisoned mushroom soup? That's a bit weird. Someone is looking at me. It's as if he stepped out of my dream.
I have an antidote.
And you didn't think of, like, giving that to me while I was unconscious? In his hand, he's holding a bottle of medicine that gives off a faintly bitter scent. Although I've returned to my senses, I'm at a loss for— Yeah, I'm at a loss of words. Good source of vitamin P?
I already tasted it.
The fuck is vitamin P? What's that supposed to be for? Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. As interpreting my thoughts, he speaks in a calm tone. Oh, I don't think you're gonna poison me twice in a row. I hesitate before reaching out to grab the hem of his clothes, squeeze it a few times.
No. No, I'm not a hallucination that appeared because you were poisoned.
Hi. I was down at the edge of the bed, his elegant long fingers supporting the back of my neck as he also brings the bowl of medicine to my lips. Close and unmistakably intimate, yet his expression remains unchanged. His eyelashes aren't even raised once. I hear a clamor. Did something happen?
It's war.
There's a war happening here? In a place like this?
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
Some of the Revenants harbor obsessions from their past, waging war relentlessly. They never really die, and they don't stop.
You were once your subjects, Your Majesty. Why do you make it sound like it has nothing to do with you?
Listen. The loudest voices belong to those trying to find a way to rescue you, the Chosen One.
Oh.
If you die here, I'm afraid my moments of peace will significantly decrease for the next month.
Light flickers on his face as he picks up the bell again.
Open your mouth.
Sorry. Sorry! A slightly bitter liquid spreads across my tongue. He gives me a sidelong glance, but he doesn't look away until he's confirmed I've finished every drop. Look, it's not my fucking fault everything is like very, very, very like two-sided, okay? I didn't write the story. I'm just reading it. During the days I've been bedridden, outlandish rumors have spread throughout the city. The Macking has come the Chosen One's servant. The Chosen One risked her life. The Chosen One has made a great sacrifice. They've misunderstood my actions from when I picked up a dagger and stormed into the castle. The Revenants are so moved by the supposed heroism that they gather at the riverside below the castle every night to sing their praise. When he gets annoyed by their wailing and cacophony, he occasionally heads out with his sword in hand. He returns quickly and their voices disappear. I'm unsure what happened outside, however, the shouting isn't as frequent as it was before for the past few days. Yeah, he got rid of them. Since then, finding a way to return to the Philos became my only goal. The Cinders is not a single river. It's connected to numerous tributaries of various sizes. They intertwine like a tree's root system and extend in all directions. Some of these tributaries flow into gloomy swamps or plunge into bottomless ravines. Other lead through layers of Revenant nights. Yet no matter where I look, I'm unable to locate the Tree of Life from Philosian myths. Day after day, I mark a new location on my map, only to cross out their names later.
I love you lots and lots and lots.
Thank you for your follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Imagine him sighing loudly. Be like raising his sword and just be like, oh, and everyone is just like scattering away. Exhausted, I climb down a castle wall. The moon. Why am I not using a door? The moon has already reached its zenith. Figure is in the garden behind the castle, as hair reflects a faint luster under the moonlight. Is that Xavier? I mean, who else would it be? He obviously has no servants. There is only one person living in this castle next to you. His interests have changed as of late. Instead of killing others, he grows flowers. And not even a fraction of light touches Cindersfell, and only lumen flora grow here. The flower he tends to is one I haven't seen before. Don't scare him or he's gonna throw a goddamn dagger at you. What kind of flower is that? Curious, I walk up to him. He glances at me before he continues to water the plants.
One that shouldn't be able to survive here.
So like me? Then why are you growing it? He doesn't answer me, his fingertips touching the withered stem. I'm not sure if he didn't hear me or doesn't want to respond. I know you have a secret. You don't need to tell me.
The fact that I have secrets shouldn't be a secret.
Well, it's not. But the secret is related to a certain person, yes? I crouch down beside him and push aside a cluster of leaves. The wilted leaves' veins have taken on a yellowish hue, and the light blue flower bud drops. It looks so fragile that it might snap at any moment. People typically grow flowers to remind themselves of someone, or give them as a gift. I doubt there's anyone you'd want to give flowers to in this city, though.
There is one person.
Is that me? Ooh. Sets the watering can aside, turns to face me, and looks into my eyes.
We'll talk about it when the flower blooms.
Oh, it's going to be too late then, huh? I don't know if it will ever blossom. However, I do know that someone who promised to help me hasn't kept his word. He nods so thoughtfully.
You created a map of the entire city. Then you walked along the tributaries large and small. You've done good deeds all the while. Tales related to your acts of kindness have spread throughout the land.
I was collecting information. Wait, how do you know about all of this? You rarely leave the castle.
Would you say these methods of yours are effective?
I am the queen of subtlety, you know? I'm quiet, and I shake my head.
None of them are the correct method to return to Philos. What a pity.
Do you know what's the right way to return to Philos? He's always like this. He dismisses my words with a few of his own. Well, we'll set that aside for now. About that relationship you mentioned before, I've made up my mind. I'll be... Okay, I can be the companion. I can be the queen. I don't think it matters what I choose. I don't want the companion thing. I think if I go for... I'm gonna go for queen. My identity is known far and wide. I've also earned a bit of respect. Why don't you step back and let me be the actual ruler of Cindersfell? A queen, in other words. That way you won't be bothered by outside affairs. It doesn't matter if you want to plant flowers, kill revenants, or live a quiet life. But it's simply, I want to be someone who's important to you. Oh. Perhaps worried about losing a stable source of food, I made a vow with the utmost sincerity. I don't know what his thoughts are, however.
What do you mean by important?
Exactly that. Let's say you're the only one that matters in my life.
So you want to protect me?
Smooth. As if he couldn't hear me clearly, he crosses his arms and takes another step towards me. He's pretending he made a humble inquiry. I doubt you need my protection when you wield a sword like that. But when those revenants attack again, I'll be by your side. Actually laughs. I can hardly believe my eyes. Okay.
I can help you figure out a method. On the other hand, you need to find a way to make a flower bloom.
I offered to be your queen, not your botanist! Are you sure it can still be saved? After agreeing to his surprisingly simple condition, I returned to my room. After spending these days together, Xavier seemed nothing like the Mad King those acolytes talked about. But the way he took me in and promised to help felt like just an excuse. An excuse to keep me here. Could it be because of that the Chosen One rumor? With no answer for now, I sighed, yet his smile from moments ago kept flashing through my mind. The call of an owl resounds outside the balcony. A shadow sweeps down, drops an envelope with a wax seal, and then flies away. Huh? Yeah, huh? Mephisto, was that you in a different life? I returned to my bed and opened the envelope. On the letter, the star concise handwriting catches my eye. We would like to invite the Chosen One to our sacred monastery so she can observe the selection process for the pilgrimage ceremony tomorrow. The Order of Babel looks forward to your— What the fuck? Leave me alone! I don't want to be part of your weird-ass cult. Did I go? Am I an idiot? Each month, the monastery selects individuals to sail along the endless cinders. This is known as the pilgrimage ceremony. The revenants believe that by traveling along the cinders, one can find the tree of life that connects Cindersfell to Phyllis. Once more, I find myself at the monastery. Everything has been transformed. The dilapidated altar and crumbling walls have been restored by the revenants. They're functional now. The acolyte's soft chanting echoes throughout the building. They carry an ineffable reverence. I pass through the noisy entrance hall and enter the courtyard. It seems the bishop has been... Oh yeah, the bishop is also back. You said the apocalypse is only a matter of time, and I'm the key to saving this world. Even though I know these revenants cannot truly perish, I still feel a strange sense of unease upon seeing the bishop again. If there's going to be a world-ending flood, you should be building dams. Or an ark. There was once a story that an ark is helpful. And if war is about to break out, you should be mobilizing armies. Those are more productive options than pinning your hopes on me, your so-called chosen one. Sensing the doubt in my words, he responds with a slight smile.
You think I've spouted lies to control the revenants, is that right?
That is not what I said, that's what you interpret into the words I used. Okay, my two options are, why do they believe in me, and why do they believe in you? Yeah, why do they believe in me?
Since ancient times, Philos was given a divine prophecy about its creation. At the world's end, the Chosen One will lead countless souls to be reborn, taking on a vessel of flesh and blood. Your very existence is proof of this.
Myths are just myths. The stories invented by the human who lived years ago.
You are correct. However, Philos has truly been destroyed. You have the freedom to choose your path.
How did we know
not
that?
Force you to bear the responsibility of being the Chosen One. We are in, but the pilgrimage ceremony shall be carried out as planned. It will be held during the next full moon.
He smiles before removing the key around his neck. He places it in the palm of my hand. Why do I get a key?
Memories prove one's existence. Yet those who died here are trapped. They can never create new memories. If you cannot understand our faith, then I implore you to visit the underground library and see for yourself.
Several days. Oh, she turned into Sephiroth. We're Sephiroth now. We're somewhere in the underground reading about our past. Let's hope this is not ending the same way as it did for Sephiroth, okay? Let's pray. Several days, I immersed myself in the sea of books. Although I found no records related to the pilgrimage ceremony, I learned what happened to Phyllis during my absence. In the beginning, the energy needed to extend the planet's lifespan was almost depleted. Beasts called Wanderers grew increasingly violent and occupied most of the planet. Even an immortal planet sustained with energy would fail to escape the fate of decline. After 200 years of silence, a young woman with no drop of royal blood ascends the throne. Yeah, that was the previous. That was like the first myth. That's us. I think that is referencing to like the first myth. Under her rule, Philos reclaimed its former glory for a time. Its period would later be called the Morn Era. However, historical records about her are scarce. They've only managed to preserve the magnificent spectacle of her coronation. Her life and fame were seemingly erased by an invisible hand. There is nothing but a blank void. The situation in Philos grew increasingly dire as time passed. The royal family and citizens were split into several fractions. The constant disputes rendered the monarchy on the brink of collapse. Natural disasters raged while the fires of war burned without end. Flames of chaos swept across the land and destroyed the last vestiges of the old world order. The last monarch of Philos was an undefeated arbiter of judgment, yet he was a tyrant who supposedly led the kingdom to its demise. Tyrant addicted to bloodshed, the embodiment of corruption, fallen god who was devoured by the darkness. This must be Xavier. In every historical record about him, the fall of Philos is almost universally blamed on that king. Yet as I carefully read through the list of crimes, I feel as if he can't be blamed for everything.
What part of the text made you stop reading?
Hi. Don't just appear out of nowhere. Startled, I look up to find the tyrant himself. He's leaning down from the balcony above, and his gaze is fixated on me. Why are you here?
My only important person disappeared. Was I not supposed to look for you?
I mean, I guess I feel flattered. I notice the young acolyte who served as an attendant has dozed off in the corner. Book in hand, I walk over to him. All these meticulously detailed accusations and atrocities, they read more like fantasy than history. He neither confirms nor denies it. He jumps down from the balcony and picks up a book. I can only imagine what expression the acolytes would have if they saw him walking around as though he owned a monastery. According to this book, the first 200 years of your reign were referred to as the Golden Epoch. It must have been wonderful. Why did...
Some matters should remain shrouded in the unknown.
Is it because then I died? You don't want to tell me, then. That's that. I'll assume all these myths about you are true, since you won't say anything. I hesitate, but my curiosity eventually gets the best of me. I tightly hold to the book. I move closer to him. So, what happened to the royal capital of Philos?
It was destroyed.
What about the holy sword of the goddess?
The statue was shattered.
Austria Knight Academy and the oaks behind the Star Hunters main building? I desperately recall the places I can remember.
Burnt to cinders, along with all the birds in the forest.
Not the birds! Wind blows past us again. The windows rattle as a chandelier above us sways. The cold yellowed pages flutter rapidly as the story rewinds to the first year of the Morn era. A single event was commemorated, the coronation of Philos' only queen. Let's change the subject then. Have you met this queen? Out of all the monarchs who ruled Philos, why is her story glossed over? Even her portrait is unrecognizable now. I touch the blurry portrait on the page. The ink has been smudged. He looks up and his gaze lingers on the page. Then he turns away.
I don't remember. I will say that your impression of Philos is too idealistic.
But those revenants at Philos...
They have no memories. And those without memories can only believe the stories told by others. Lend them your ear for too long, and you'll become just like them.
I know. I'm already someone without any memories. That's why I want to return to Philos and find them.
The revenants will be at their strongest during the full moon. We'll head back once you've seen enough.
Only now do I realize that he's here to take me back. Even if he didn't say so directly. I see. He worried about my safety. He said you needed to find me because of our agreement, but it's actually because of loneliness. Don't call him out like this! We've lived in that castle for far too long. The absurdity of our deal, his awkward expressions of concern. Perchance it's because he's been alone and bored for years.
I won't stop you from drawing your own conclusions.
He didn't deny it. Good, I'll do just that. Especially when it involves matters that make you uncomfortable. You refuse to speak of them, in either case. I narrow my eyes and lean towards him. I push the book he's holding to the side. The city of Revenants has existed for over 100 years. Have you truly been alone all this time? The Revenants exist in groups, and the acolytes gather together. They pray all day and all night in the monastery. I can hardly imagine what it must be like to live alone for hundreds of years, never aging, never dying. Aren't there any friendly revenants you can talk to?
You want me to become close friends with them?
Not all of them, but like maybe one or two? But all reverends are disagreeable.
You're already prepared then.
For what?
You'll be their only goddess. And once you're no longer needed, you'll be a sinner they hate.
Are you talking out of experience? A complex, indescribable emotion wells up inside me. I retort before I can stop myself. You always say they deserve to be trapped in their futile obsession for eternity. How are you and I any different from them? Aren't we also trapped? I'm obsessed with returning. What about you?
Obsessions are for the dead. I have none.
Are we sure about that? He turns, his profile etched in moonlight. His features are obscured in the shadows. I can't help but feel like nothing matters to him, whether time passes or stops, whether the flower he tends to blooms or not. He's just waiting. For what? I'm not sure. An inexplicable sense of frustration and loss bubbles inside of me. Never mind. Don't leave just yet. I found these books for you. He furrows his brows slightly. Still, he turns and takes the books.
Philosian Guide, Caring for Flowers, and How to Identify Edible Mushrooms.
We really went ahead and were like, do not poison us again with mushrooms. I'm not sure if flowers can bloom without light, but watering them 3 times a day will definitely kill them. Okay, we're halfway through the whole story, chat. This is a long-ass myth. Following the book's instructions and using the liver plants as fertilizer, the unnamed blue flower finally shows signs of vitality. It's grown taller since yesterday, and its leaves unfurl with a pale luster. Days pass. Before I know it, it's time for the pilgrimage ceremony. Outside the city walls and along the riverside, over 100 tents have been set up. It's to accommodate the thousands of revenants who are here to witness the ceremony. After praying at the monastery, the pilgrims and acolytes descend along the ridge. They carry blessed lumen flora. The procession covers a long distance, singing hymns to praise Philos. They walk with carefree steps and carry lamps throughout the night. The lights in their hands form another river. They flow through the dark forest and across the swamps. The 36th moonlight night.
Why do I feel happy and sad?
We have our faith.
But
do you?
Faith is fragile.
Yes.
It's like a flower or an egg. One careless moment is all it takes to break it.
What's an egg? I can't remember anymore. But it doesn't matter.
You guys not have
we'll
chickens?
be returning to Philos.
Moonlight flickers across the mountain ridge as a gentle breeze passes. Dazzling silver ropes sway back and
The
forth.
chosen one is attending the ceremony. My lady, why did you bring the Mad King with you?
He's my date.
Trying to reform him must be a tiring endeavor, no?
I'm unaware of the new rumors that are circulating the city. I respond with a shapely smile and lower my voice. Rest assured, he has renounced his old ways thanks to my guidance and spiritual cleansing. The young revenant's expression becomes one of astonishment and admiration. I just lied in their faces, huh? I gently tuck Xavier's sleeves. He glances at me and chooses not to expose my lie.
That's wonderful. May Philos prosper under eternity's divine gaze.
Sure. Why do the revenants always say weird things? Yeah, I was just like, whatever you say, woman, whatever you say. Or to depart, I pull on Xavier's sleeve. He opens his mouth.
What if your eternity's foundation involves sacrificing others?
Nonsense! Philos is the embodiment of eternity, and everyone possesses an immortal soul.
Is that so?
Even if some are sacrificed, they're necessary and justified. How can we fight against the emptiness of time without immortality? How can we explore the universe?
I mean, right now you're exploring nothing.
Assuming eternity does belong to Philos, then why did you and the others die?
It's a valid question. Unable to refute his argument and intimidated by his sword, the young revenant stamps her foot and storms off. Yeah, she has no way to explain her beliefs any further than theirs, huh? Inside most of the tents set up along the river are statues of Phyllis's royal family from throughout the ages. They're near the witnesses who are attending the ceremony. These royal statues are crooked and misshapen. The feature is indistinct. Maybe it's because most revenants have a poor memory. This one is surprisingly lifelike. Its face is too fierce for my liking, however. I approach it and examine the small wooden figurine placed on the back. For some reason, it has a wooden stake in— oh god, is that supposed to be Xavier? The lost king of Phyllis, the man responsible for Phyllis's downfall. An indescribable emotion stirs. I pull out the wooden stake and place the figurine in the brightest, most prominent position at the center of the statue's base. I walk a bit further, and more revenants offer me flowers. Despite my attempts to refuse them, I eventually accept each one.
Can you even carry all of these flowers?
We'll have to see. You can help me. He furrows his brows, but still takes the heavy bundles from me. More revenants gather by the riverside. Their singing is so loud that they almost drown out other sounds. Worried we might get separated, he frees one hand to hold my baby as we slowly make our way through the crowd. It's a date after all. The lost king of Phyllis and the man responsible for Phyllis's downfall. A beloved king who was eventually despised by all. That's you, yes? We spent so much time together, his identity is no longer a secret to me. Was it ever? I'm more curious about that queen story. I want to know what she did. There must be a reason for why everyone is reluctant to speak about her fate.
What do you think happened to her?
I assume she died. He looks at me. Stories about salvation and sacrifice follow the same pattern. Some perish, others are saved. Some continue living, and others are forgotten. I suppose she didn't accomplish anything, that's why she was forgotten. Vagrants pass us as they happily sing hymns about their yearning for light. Xavier watches the group leading towards the riverside. Suddenly speaks to me.
In the beginning, her statues decorated every street. Some were dissatisfied with her conduct, but most adored her. They believed she would be the chosen one who'd lead Philos to its rebirth. She was the key Philos needed to obtain true eternity.
And then?
Are you asking what happened?
Duh!
She disappeared. No one knew where she went.
Did she die?
For 100 years, the people thought she abandoned them. For the 100 years after that, the people slowly forgot about her. Another 100 years passed. Her portraits were burned, and her statues were destroyed. They became the stones that paved the royal capital's plaza. After the king ascended the throne, normalcy returned. Yet nothing could change this planet's fate.
Tone is aloof, a tinge with scorn.
Her sacrifice was nothing more than an insignificant grain in the sands of time.
Suggesting I shouldn't let my compassion push me into becoming the chosen one. I don't want to be that kind of person, though. I don't plan on saving anyone either. What, do you think I'm being selfish? They already died. Even if someone could change everything, that person wouldn't be me.
You were destined to fail as the chosen one, the moment you gave them a modicum of pity.
Why do I feel as if you don't have faith in me? As we talk, several small revenants who recognize me hurriedly approach. Holding the lumen flower they picked out, they ask me to help them weave flower crowns. Xavier has an expression that shows he's expected this to happen. I sigh and push away the revenants. 1 crown each, form a line. Will I sacrifice myself again? When I look up again, Xavier is already walking away from the lights and chatter. Because we do know There was one timeline where I died in Xavier's arms on that one sea pond thingy. Was that one of the regular cards, or was that... Because there was like... Or was that the main story? I'm not even sure anymore. But the main story part where he nearly dies on that riverside in our arms, that was like the same thing that happened to him with us. I think that was main story. The knife then rustles through the grass as his figure quickly vanishes into the darkness. Thank you for the help, bud. It's fine. It's okay. He always arrives without a sound and leaves in the same manner. His thoughts are impossible to predict. Ferryman and young king stand by the riverside. They stare at the light and the singing revenants that the night fog has almost consumed.
You keep her close. Are you afraid she'll recognize you? Or are you afraid she won't?
She won't remember.
It won't be long until the apocalypse arrives. After this pilgrimage ceremony, the river might grow again. And it might reach the Tree of Life. Do you want to be a witness to that?
Should they find a method to return, they'll see Philos is no longer the place they imagine it to be.
As the hymn reaches its climax, the boat carrying the pilgrims reaches the center of the river. Amidst solitude and stillness, he turns to look at the elderly man behind him.
Isn't it peaceful when there's no one to ferry?
For us who desperately clung to life until the very end, being trapped here is a punishment.
Yet sinners should atone for those who died unjustly. Am I mistaken?
And her? What will you do when she can't continue? At long last, there is something beyond your expectations.
When the time comes, I'll have already made my preparations.
That doesn't sound good. Think that he doesn't want to discuss it any further. The ferryman sighs and say nothing.
Don't you owe me 6 fares now, boy?
Your memory is getting worse. It's 7.
Wait. Is that the 7th try with us?
Centuries have passed. Yet I've never seen anyone pay your fare except for her.
Huh.
Where to? I won't ask for a coin this time.
His boots tread across the most damp with night dew. He has surveyed a bustling area with lights and voices.
Nowhere. I'm waiting for someone.
Interesting. The reverends say this grand ceremony is based on a ritual conducted in the past. It was how the royal family bid farewell to knights before they were sent to battle. I wonder if anyone gave Xavier flowers when he departed as a knight. I rub my sore wrist as I finish weaving the last flower crown. It's for him. He was scary when he passed by my tent and saw me making wooden carvings. He threatened me into making one for him. My ears perk up when he's mentioned. I walk toward the tent surrounded by the revenants. What did he ask you to carve?
A small wooden figurine of the Chosen One. It's you, my lady.
Huh?
Did he pay for it? He only gave me a gemstone from one of his buttons. Was he trying to flaunt his wealth? Unbelievable.
I don't think he owns money. I'll be really honest. I don't think he has any money.
Every night cursing you with that wooden figurine.
That's an exaggeration, don't you think? Strange, yet restless emotions stir in my heart. I look around, but I can't see him anywhere. Songs writhe from the rustling forest in the distance. As the moon rises to its apex, the pilgrimage ceremony reaches its climax. Chosen pilgrims drift downstream in small boats. They sail amidst the revenants' cheers and songs. The revenants remove the floral wreaths from their wrists and toss them skyward. There is a shower of light that rains down. Did he leave me behind and return already? For some reason, his scene feels strangely familiar. It's as if there was an even more magnificent celebration in my memory. What's happening to me? Pain suddenly pulsates through my heart. The violent tremors pounds against my eardrums as an unbearable force spreads from my chest to my entire body. Everything before my eyes blurs like paint on soaked paper.
Your Highness? Your Highness! Tomorrow is your coronation ceremony. Starting tomorrow, you'll be the Queen of Philos.
Yep, I assumed that. We probably, like, back in the days, offered ourselves to save Philos and, like, didn't say anything to anyone and made them forget about us. For my eyes, it's not Cindersfell, but a magnificent grand palace. It is as white as snow and radiant.
For your coronation, he asked for 20 carriages to
Look,
be filled
it's Jeremiah.
with fresh flowers. I'm telling you this in secret, so you didn't hear it from me. The children he hired lined the streets. They cheered and scattered flowers. Some stood along the roadside, others on rooftops. In the end, the entire square turned into a sea of flowers. Did you see it?
This my memory? Are they talking to me? Wild winds sweep through the area and toss aside the already weightless bodies of the revenants. They tightly hold their hoods as they gather around me.
It's the chosen one! My lady!
Excited, expectant gazes approach me. I try to step back, but these individuals move closer. What did you just call me?
The chosen one! You shall save us, my lady!
Voices assault me from all directions as countless hands grab at my dress, their expressions revealing an urgent zealotry.
Do you remember what Philos was like?
You met the pilgrims in Philos. Did they find happiness?
I did what?
I heard that...
What are they talking about?
Help me! Help me!
What's Philos? Pilgrims? Who am I? Why can't I remember anything? Memories have been burned to a crisp. My mind is a blank slate. And I feel a strangeness unlike anything I've ever known.
Philos is about to meet its end. We beseech you, your majesty. As the ruler of Philos, you must ensure this planet survives. The ether core within your heart can save Philos from destruction.
Our freaking ass ether core once again, huh?
The chosen one has exerted herself during the pilgrimage ceremony. Leave her be.
Why didn't Xavier pick me up from the ground? I probably collapsed. Crap hurts when I raise my head. I see an elderly man in white robes standing before me. I don't understand why he's smiling. Wary, I step back.
Take her away.
After he turns and walks elsewhere, a young acolyte immediately runs towards me.
My lady, please return to the monastery with me.
What if I don't want to?
Wait! Please don't wander off!
Leave me alone, little kid. Who are you to tell me where to go? I kneel on the moonlit grass and stare at my reflection in the river. The face reflected in the water is unfamiliar. Clothes I'm wearing are unfamiliar. Even the crown on my head is unfamiliar. From the rippling, blurry reflections, numerous shadows stare back at me.
Come, become one of us.
Are these sirens? Shadowy hands reach up from the water, pull and tug at my clothes.
Become nourishment, just like us.
Oh, are these like previous reincarnations of me? My thoughts too feel as though they're being pulled by countless decaying hands. I'm slowly sinking into a whirlpool.
Why are you here by yourself?
Oh, you finally came for me, huh? Oh! Wait. Is this maybe like the first time I reincarnated or something? That figure appears in the depths of the forest. In spite of the darkness, he's cloaked in a soft light. As soon as he raises his head, I freeze. Several seconds pass before I feel the faint flutter in my throat.
Why are you just staring at me?
Xavier? My memories begin to stir once the first syllable of his name leaves my lips. slowly flood my mind. Long-lost familiarity seems to transcend time and space. It compels me to run to him and hold him close. For an icy hand from the riverbed tightens its grip. I'm dragged into a bottomless darkness. The group of pilgrims disperses, only the lumen flora lies scattered on the ground.
Your Excellency, will we be
That
able
might have
to
been the
return?
first time I died at that riverbed. From like the main story branch.
Worry not. The day when we are welcomed into the light shall arrive.
A raging gale churns the river's water as dark clouds slowly obscure the moonlight along the horizon. In the fog, a boat carrying revenants is swept into a whirlpool. The vessel and its passengers are swallowed. They will never resurface. Huh. Chorus of voices comes and goes like the echo and flow of the water. The ebb, not the echo. It's close before suddenly becoming distant as it gradually fades into the depths of the murky consciousness. When I wake up again, I find myself lying by the riverside. My sleeves are soaked with cold water. Was I unable to remember anything before? As an outsider, my memories slowly fade away, just like the revenants. Wait, Xavier! I freeze before I sit up and look around frantically. Xavier? No one answers. I stand and start my search. I soon spot a familiar figure in a nearby field of flowers. Xavier! Steady my breathing and stand in front of him. It seems as though he hasn't noticed me. Seemingly in a deep slumber, he lies quietly amongst the flowers. Thin wisps of black mist are wrapped around his body. It's as if the resentment of countless revenants is corroding him. Let me tap him. Wakey, wakey! I'm sorry. His breathing is stable. His chest rises and falls with every breath. He's not injured. Is he actually sleeping? The weight is lifted from my chest. I crouch down beside him and poke the back of his hand. No response. He's always been a light sleeper. He'd sensed my presence as soon as I took a step in his direction before. But he seems to have fallen into a defenseless slumber this time. I can't help but lean toward him, to the point where I only need to look down to see his long, soft eyelashes. You're always stern when you're awake, but I'll admit you look cute when you're sleeping. The person you like, the one you want to give flowers to. Wouldn't she want to see you smile? Touch the corner of his mouth and imagine what it might look like with a grin. I think I'm overstepping. I think I'm overstepping here. But realizing it, I start smiling. You say my name, or was I imagining it? Xavier, who exactly are you? Oh. I woke him. Deciding to set aside these unanswerable questions, I lie down beside him and touch his hair. His strands are intertwined around my fingers, and I begin there tying knots, one by one, for him. Next time you give me a cold look, I'll just think of how you're letting me mess with you right now. As if hearing my words, his breath furrows slightly. Smile, keep sleeping if you're tired. Suddenly open. I'm sorry that I woke you up. I loosen my grip, and the half-braided strands of hair escape from my hand. You... Our gazes meet in the darkness. He doesn't speak, instead opting to stare at me for a long time. It lasts for so long that questions appear in my mind. Is he trying to confirm something? Or is he waiting for something?
You're here.
I never left.
I had an incredibly long dream. I followed my teacher into battle. And then I journeyed through the starry sea. When I returned, you were gone.
His voice is soft and hoarse. It still carries traces of their dreamlike days.
So much happened during those 300 years in your absence. I don't even know where to begin. I doubt you want to hear those boring details. Do you remember our little planet? I told you about it before. The wavy leaf sea lavenders grow better there. I brought back some seeds and hoped I could grow them for you.
So the name of that flower is wavy leaf sea lavender? My hand trembles and I feel a sharp pain. Reach in his chest as prick my fingertip.
Back then, it was just like this. I thought my intentions were clear. Why didn't you understand them? Maybe I'm the one who's foolish. I should have been more direct from the beginning.
He gently holds my fingers and carefully wipes away the drop of blood.
When we last saw each other, you said you had feelings for someone.
It was you dumbass.
It doesn't matter to me yet. Why wasn't that person by your side when you were in danger?
Because you were somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Forget him.
Is this Lumiere all over again? Is he jealous of his fucking self? God damn it. Persistent ghost stays on me for a long time. I can only nod in response. I don't like him anymore. But, like you. Is that alright? As his words hang in the air, everything suddenly falls silent. Even the wind stops blowing. The night is still. The flower field is silent. Only the distant waters of the river laps against the shore. Neither of us moves, and I'm trying to think of words that could break the tension. And he shifts closer to me. His cool fingers press against my jawline, and our breaths intertwine. I attempt to create some distance between us.
What's wrong? Am I not allowed to kiss you here?
Oh, you are! He lowers his head, his expressions indiscernible. All I can feel is his cool breath against my eyelashes.
Oh, of course. Why would you want to see me like this?
No, don't beat yourself up, Bubutus. The hand at my nape suddenly tightens its grip. And he lowers his head again. Instead of retreating, he stubbornly kisses me. Feels like I'm trapped in a thick, vicious dream. I'm unable to wake up, and unwilling to try. The warmth and pressure from his hands seep into my skin. They carry an affection that borders on obsession.
This is my dream. I'm free to do as I please.
Yeah, yes, absolutely 100%.
You're a figment of my imagination, aren't you?
I better freaking hope not. They always breathe so fucking loudly. Okay. As our lips touch, I catch a glimpse of the lumen flora gently swaying. The wind has begun to stir again. Okay. So he thought he kissed us in his dream. This is not gonna be awkward at all when he realizes that we're both awake. Ceremony ended, and those pilgrims were never seen again. The elders in the monastery declared the ritual a success. It was an auspicious sign that the Chosen One appeared. The revenants celebrated every night. The city was filled with statues of the Chosen One in all sizes overnight. There was also the tree bark touched by the Chosen One, the tiles the Chosen One stepped on. Even a stone the Chosen One supposedly hit her head on after tripping over a branch during her arrival. They were all treated as a sacred gift. The revenants competed with one another to preserve these treasures.
Your baubles are nothing. My hand was touched by the Chosen One herself.
Upon hearing this, revenants surround him and let out gasps of envious admiration.
You have been blessed. Excellent! We'll chop off your hand and mount it on the city wall, so every passerby can shake it. You want to cut off the hand that the Chosen One touched? Don't be afraid, we're incapable of feeling pain. Or is your heart not sincere enough? I shall accept any sacrifice if it means I can be a pilgrim.
After I attended the pilgrimage ceremony, I realized that as an outsider my memories will slowly fade away too. If I can't return to Philos, I'll eventually be just like those revenants. Yet, where did those pilgrims go? Acolytes from the Order of Babel always avoid the question. Does the end of the river truly lead to the tree of life that's mentioned in the prophecy?
Your solution is to follow in their footsteps. You'll see where the supposed sacred path of pilgrimage takes you.
They say the river doesn't end if that's the case. Then what happens to those pilgrims? They didn't die, but they didn't live either. No one has seen them since. The river silently flows as our ferry glides across the mirror-like black water. Thin mist surrounds us. Come to think of it, if you're measuring how close someone is to the Chosen One, you should have been chosen for the ceremony.
I'm honored.
You eat meals cooked by the Chosen One, held the Chosen One's hand, and even embraced the Chosen One. And... eyes? Nose? I don't know. The eyes. We're blessed by the Chosen One's presence.
Should I pluck out my eyelashes for you to count too?
Please don't. They're really pretty on you. His lips have also Remembering what happened that day, I swallow my words.
You don't want to continue?
I actually don't remember anything. Responsive and expressionless look. And he turns away and his voice is unexpectedly tinged with a hint of resentment.
You're the one who doesn't remember anything.
Wanting to argue, I focus on what's more pressing at the moment. I have to figure out what happened to those revenants. If anything that crosses the waters of the cinders sinks, perhaps the path they sought is there.
How did you get this boat?
I guess I ask around and the Chosen One, I think people just give me their shit?
Or rather, how did you convince someone who doesn't accept credit to lend you this boat?
It's a long story. Was it the ferryman? After boarding the ferry numerous times, I gradually became acquainted with the ferryman of the Cinders. Occasionally, when he wanted to rest uninterrupted, I would volunteer to take over. He didn't agree to it at first and always refused with cold expressions, but as time passed, he eventually let me handle it. When I encountered revenants who wanted to cross the river despite lacking coins, I didn't turn them away. I asked him to tell stories as a form of payment. When he discovered this, he always turned a blind eye. As for his background and why he serves as a ferryman for this river, I've asked him out of curiosity before, but he always refuses to talk about it. You know each other?
You can say we're old acquaintances.
It sounds like they're old acquaintances from Philos. As we gradually sail away from the city, we can see the desolate forest to the west and burning. Acrid grey smoke rises skyward. More revenant knights have been gathering at the edge of the forest. The strife is becoming more prevalent. Consumed by resentment, they fight each other with the hatred from when they were alive. Their screams echo amongst the dead branches and fallen leaves. As the bishops foretold, signs of the apocalypse are once again emerging from the ruined city walls.
I was unaware you were skilled at ferrying.
Well, I have some time to put into. After the bow hits the submerged skull and spins around several times, he can't bear to watch anymore. He takes the oar from my hand. Oh, excuse me. I lose track of time. Black clouds gradually cover the full moon, and the scenery around us grows increasingly dark and desolate. Something's not right. The boat creaks and the river's current becomes turbulent. Startled ravens fly in all directions. A chill creeps up from the water's surface and latches onto my skin. After passing through a dense fog, the river widens. It's as if we arrived at a boundless sea. Where are we? The water thresh violently like an untamed beast. The looming threat of danger is palpable.
I don't want this. I don't want to be trapped here. Join me. Become part of these dead waters.
I don't want to? These voices, where are they coming from?
Wait, don't fall in.
Under the water's surface, countless invisible hands seem to reach up. Hatred pushes them to maliciously toss our boat back and forth. I grip the edge of the boat with all the strength I can muster. Pain pulsates through my chest without warning. My vision blurs, as though invisible hands are squeezing my heart. The inky black water transforms into countless golden veins. I could almost believe streams of energy were flowing downward. I feel awful. It's like my strength is being drained away.
Watch out.
The increasingly violent current strikes our boat. The river's surface discards its serenity and transforms into a massive whirlpool. At that moment, like a seed, and plunge into a darkness unknown to all. When I open my eyes again, I find myself curled up in the warm embrace. Our capsized wooden boat somehow glides smoothly along the river. That is not a riverboat, that is a cave. Mist reminiscence of a whale accompanies us. I can hear the rapids and foam washing over sharp reefs, but can't see the dangerous swallows. On the other side of the river, Cinderfell's shores fade from view, and despite being underwater, I can feel the moist air. The current gradually calms, so our boat continues to move along the dark underwater passage for a time, before finally hitting a shallow bank. Xavier steps onto the shore first, and he turns and helps me stand.
Careful now. If you fall in, you won't be able to float back up.
Despite the fact that the water here barely reaches my ankles? The cave before us seems endless. Strange tiny particles of light float in the air. Warm and bright, they feel oddly familiar. I can almost believe this energy was once part of me. A profound realization washes over me. Perhaps this is the sacred path of pilgrimage, the road that returns to Philos. Perhaps? I doubt. The archives at the Order of Babel's monastery had records of the certain Philosian legend. It spoke of a mysterious cave that was connected to the center of the planet. Could this be the cave that connects Philos to Cinderfell?
You have quite the imagination.
The sound of flowing water gradually fades behind us as we venture deeper. The further we go, the more the scenery unfolds before us. Look at these light particles. They keep increasing in number and brightness. Perchance the pilgrims who disappeared found themselves in this place. As the words leave my lips, an enormous monstrous skeleton oh, okay. Bodies lie on the shore. They're still frozen in the position they were in on their final moments. These monsters.
They're wanderers. These creatures once roamed Philos before it was destroyed.
The gleam of a blade flashes, and the bone-white remains dissolve into energy particles before dissipating.
They were devoured by those monsters before they could escape.
You know something, yet you're unwilling to share it. He remains silent before turning away. His cloak billows out behind him.
If we could actually return to Philos, what will you do? Aside from finding your name.
I haven't thought about it yet. Is there anything you would like me to do for you? Should I meet with someone on your behalf?
No.
The path splits in two. For some reason, I can sense the energy emanating from deep within the cave. I take his hand and keep walking. We need to discuss a certain matter. When I return to Philos and rebuild it, I promise to fairly evaluate your merits and shortcomings. I'll start by revisiting the historical texts. The historians abandoned their duties and wrote pure fantasies. Duyan! Hi! How you doing, cutie?
And then?
I will traverse the starry sea and visit every place the traveling bards sing of in their songs. I will like these specks of light. They emit a faint glow, yet they can't drift to distant places.
That sounds wonderful.
If the worst happens, as in I can't find anyone who remembers me and I'm unable to stay in Philos, staying with you would be nice. Keep those words to myself as I look at him.
It's all right. The starry cosmos has many places you could visit.
But we could visit them together. Can't we?
For example, a beautiful little planet.
There's strange clicking beneath our feet. We look down at the same time. There's a deathly pale wrist encrusted in crystals. Akin to veins, dark red vines are wrapped around the ribcage. Delicate roots of eerie flowers penetrate hollow eye sockets. That's...
Look over there.
In the distance, a twisted tree looms. It isn't a real tree, but one formed by countless crystallized skeletons. They're stacked and entangled with one another. The twisted forms are similar, for they step on those beneath them in futile attempt to reach for something on high. Thin vines ensnare the crystallized remains. Together they form a thick trunk-like structure as deeply embedded in the planet. That's... 1,000 horrified thoughts flood my mind. This is the tree of life. It's a tree made from corpses. I've never seen these people before yet. I recognize their clothing as garments that belong to Philos. Each and every one of their expressions are filled with despair and terror. They're like souls in the depths of hell who are seeking salvation. Were these Philosians trapped here? Why?
Philos is an artificial planet.
Suddenly speaks.
Their pretense of eternity depends on an energy source called a protocore.
Protocore? Familiarity washes over me again. For some reason, sadness surfaces.
The planet found itself on the verge of collapse after its energy was depleted. However, the most scholarly elder in the royal capital had a solution. The royal family discovered an uninhabited area with a chaotic protofield in Starfall Forest. It was located in the southern region of the planet. Deep within that forest is a cave. It leads directly to the heart of the planet. So long as humans were thrown into that cave, the planet's energy would never be depleted. Like the people who thought this system was justified, the planet possessed an insatiable greed.
How would you choose who to No, that's bonkers. Why are you not looking for a new planet to live on? Looks at those crystals that can no longer be called human.
They're the victims who were used as fuel.
Did anyone escape and live to tell the tale? Look at Xavier, but I already know the answer in my heart.
No.
Starts walking again, moving past the tree as he continues forward.
Those who defied orders and went to investigate disappeared after entering the cave.
The number of sacrifices required inevitably increased. No one would willingly sacrifice themselves for the planet unless there was a good reason.
Thus, the royal family came up with a plan to cover up their crimes.
Of course they did.
They no longer kept the sacrifices secret. They used honor to disguise
of course
it
they did.
and called it a pilgrimage. To maintain a false eternity, they needed to weave lies one after another. Every member of the royal family had to bear the burden of perpetuating these lies.
You were the one who ended it. Shakes his head.
Ironically, the one who did that wasn't even remembered.
It was us. Because we sacrificed ourselves. Although our surroundings are quiet, I can almost hear everyone's desperate cries for help as they face death.
Now you know the truth. Do you still consider Philos your homeland?
Chosen one, my lady!
My footsteps falter. I look down and I'm greeted by eyes filled with absolute terror. The outfit. He's a pilgrim from that day. Honey crystals, seemingly alive, scraped from the youth's palm.
The pilgrimage is a lie. It will never lead us to Philos. Or a source of nourishment for the cinders. The waters, they grow without end. Only then will it reveal the true path. You are the last one it needs, my lady.
The last one?
You can lead us back to Philos, yes? My lady?
Are you dumb? He kneels before us and presses his forehead to the ground.
Why won't you save us? You traitor!
Buddy, I don't know shit.
Watch out.
I'm just learning about this right now. Xavier wraps his arm around my waist and pulls me back. So it draws a black and golden arc. It rushes forth and slices the figure's waist. The pilgrim, transformed into a wanderer, falls to his knees. He prostrates toward the tree as if he's worshipping it. The crisis had passed, and the lie behind the pilgrimage was exposed. Yet I know that we can never return to Philos. After we return, we seemingly have an unspoken agreement to not discuss that path of pilgrimage. All those memories of Philos are nothing more than obsessions about past illusions. Was I one of those sacrifices? If I was necessary, then no one remembered me. Yet after learning all this, I surprisingly find myself at ease.
Have you thought about your plans for the future? Assuming you can't return to Philos.
Do you wanna come with me and just explore the vast expanse of the universe? Stay here for now. Tomorrow's problems can wait until tomorrow. At least, free at the moment. Small boat sways gently on the river's surface. For some reason, tonight's moonlight seemed especially bright.
Here.
Oh. He grabs my wrist and places a small object in my hand. Is this a gift?
Yes. It's a special protocore. A trinket from Philos. It may be a fragment, but you'll find a use for it.
I will? Are you sure it's not just a small stone or pebble? You're trying to make me feel better.
You can see it like that if you like.
Alright, the shiny pebble is mine now. Although I want his flower more, this was the first gift he's given me. I've decided to accept the rock after mulling over it. I lie down on the bottom of the boat and recall a similar tranquility had accompanied us for our first boat ride. Back then, I accidentally touched his reflection and saw his past. I tried again at a later date, but I failed. An impulse to try again takes hold of me. The moonrise light pierces the slender tree trunks and illuminates his reflection on the water's surface. When he isn't looking, I touch his reflection on the river. This time I saw him standing with his back to me, surrounded by an endless sea of flowers. As darkness gradually covers the land and stars fill the sky, he places a cluster of light blue flowers before a tombstone.
This is a beautiful place, and I've always wanted to bring you here, but I never had the chance. I couldn't find you, and I didn't know if you'd like the scenery here.
Baby.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. His voice softened. His fingers slowly traced over the engraved text on the tombstone. First Queen of Philos, your name shines quietly like the stars. Everlasting, it shall never fade. The name I've long forgotten comes flooding back. Forgotten Queen was me the entire time. Yeah, I'm not the brightest one. Oh. Oh. Is the sadness gonna come at us now? I seemingly grasp the crucial thread as forgotten memories begin to surface. Xavier is the king who succeeded me after I disappeared. The truth is right before my eyes. The place isn't so different from Philos. Or rather, places where humans exist are very similar to one another. But if I've been in the heart of the planet for years, then what did Xavier experience? Why is he even here? Little by little, I pieced together the truth from the forgotten tombstones scattered across Cindersfell. The story continues. While I was gone, my knight traversed the starry sea. When I put on that dust-covered crown, my knight became their king. The most magnificent coronation ceremony in the history of Philos. His decision and achievements sent echoes throughout the cosmos, and during the test of time, they had spread far and wide. The people gathered in the square, bathed in the sun's brilliant radiance. They danced to the rhythm of drums and wind instruments until midnight. Only when the radiant moon hung high, its light making the city walls the color of bones, did they finally leave the courtyard. Oh look. There are no blades or anything in that. Still wearing white coronation robes, the king removed his crown. Akin to a god's merciful gaze, moonlight poured through the dome and washed over him. Did he sleep well? What happened in his dream?
I miss you so much.
Oh, there are the blades. After that, when I picked up his sword, monsters and rebels fell one after to his blade. A new world order was established. Following centuries of war and chaos, Philos was ushered in a dreamy golden age. They adored and praised him, the ballads spoken of his wisdom and brilliance. All knights swore their loyalty to him. He was given the title of Sentinel of the Stars. Yet, in the end, they stormed his castle and held swords to his throat. Knowledge was lost, the world order crumbled, and war raged endlessly. Sat on his throne as a prisoner, alone, he bore the weight of his crown. This was the downfall of Philos, and the story of his life. Horseshoes shattered the monastery gates for the 14th time, but the acolytes still panic.
What have you done to the river?
The bishop dismissed everyone and closes the door, his ashen face displaying anger.
You've discovered all our secrets. Royal blood flows through our veins. You, of all people, should understand that the planet will perish once we lose the protocore.
Maybe it's time for this planet to perish, huh?
The people of Philos will be unable to achieve eternity. Whether it's in the Philos of a bygone era or this city, the answer is still the same. The waters of the cinders and the planet's core can open the gateway to Philos, so long as they're nourished, of course. Whether it's these revenants or our queen, they're all.
Hasn't your tongue done enough lapping?
What an insult, I have to remember this one.
You want to kill me?
Duh!
The guilty must atone for their sins.
The tip of a sword is pressed against the bishop's throat. He steps back and looks up to meet a cold, stern gaze.
Have we truly sinned? You dare to claim the kings of Philos were free of sin? Those moronic subjects were asleep. They were obedient, and they wouldn't scream a thing. But you woke them up and told them there were no deities to look up to and no roads forward. Don't you deserve death?
For telling them the fucking truth?
Open your eyes. The chance to save Philos is within our grasp.
There is no
Philos.
Philos.
Destroy it again.
The planet can die. Let it all return to naught. A world that can only survive through sacrifice should have never existed in the first place.
You tell them!
You can't bear to see her die again. That queen you failed to protect.
Fuck you!
Her heart nourishes those poor revenants in the river, and it's our most precious sacrifice to the heart of the planet. If we throw her into the cinders before the last full moon, we can return to Philos once more.
Bullshit! Who tells you that? How do you know that? How are you so confident in spewing nonsense?
So many have already been sacrificed. She's been sacrificed once before. What's wrong with sacrificing
Why
her
are we not
again?
sacrificing you, huh? Why are you not jumping into this fucking ass river,
You were the crown prince of Philos. I'll let you be the king.
I hope you got stabbed.
Your tired rhetoric never changes. This time, we'll find out if it's your call or mine.
Is he gonna push him into the river?
The planet needs nourishment if it is to survive. Both you and her are suitable for that role. If you want her to live, you know the price.
Nobody dies.
Pay.
Nobody dies. I don't accept this. Moonlight bathes the forest in a silver-gray hue. Some windows in a distant city remain brightly lit. This is the first time you stop to listen to the Revenant songs ever since this false world came into existence. If there is a God out there, please hear my wish. May my death not be meaningless. Should our prayers be answered, we willingly surrender our freedom to a false faith. Night falls, and the Revenant's hymns tremble with the rustling leaves. Moonlight appears dimmer compared to before. In the garden, that single wavy leaf sea lavender remains exposed under the moon. A lot of time has passed, yet the flower still hasn't bloomed.
Yes.
Is it because there's no light? He nods.
It needs to be somewhere with light.
Is your horse truly nameless? He thinks for a few seconds. His voice is certain this time.
Shadowbind.
Certainly an edgy name, yes.
I only thought of it now.
You sure did. A new name, Shadowbind tosses his head and neighs loudly. I try to stroke his mane. He nuzzles my palm this time.
After our first horseback ride, he disappeared because he was tired. Do you want him to take you on another ride along the riverside?
Are you gonna join me? Accept his offer, and so we leave the castle. Moonlight is our guide. Shadowbind brings us down the mountain. Castle and the mountains disappear behind us. Wind races through our hair, and dry branches sweep past our ears. We ride past burial grounds and abandoned cities. Fireflies sparkle between blades of grass, and the frost, while mountains pass wind beneath us under the moon. Shackles, boundaries, cities, and faded selves are left are behind in this rush of the wind. We race into the night as it deepens and charge toward the boundless horizon. Can't we just escape from this place? Do we truly care if these people live or die? We pull Shadowbind reins as the moon rises. We sit side by side on a field of flowers near the riverside. I tear blades of grass into pieces and drop them into the water one by one. Some sink, and others are blown away by the wind. And he notices I've entangled the ends of his hair around a flower stem. He doesn't get angry. He slowly untangles it instead. A moment later, he plucked a blade of grass and tickles my cheek with it as if to punish me. Time passes. He takes my wrist and puts a small bracelet woven with lumen flora on it. Sight, are you afraid I'll get lost?
Yes.
The mountain wind is cold, streams water, and moonlight spreads out to create a silvery grey glow that rests on his shoulders. My eyes are half closed when I rest my head on his lap, so comfortable that I almost fall asleep. Who were you planning to give that flower to?
You.
Froze for a second. I hadn't told him my memories were coming back, but thoughts started to form. Maybe Xavier had known who I was all along. But I didn't know why he kept it from me, or what he'd really been through after I left. The past was like those rusted swords hidden in the flowers, left behind and forgotten. I remembered the sword he once wielded was reminiscent of moonlight, just like him. You know how to use a certain kind of sword, Xavier?
Why do you ask?
I grabbed 2 rusty swords from the grass and tossed one to him. It's nothing. I realized we haven't even sparred once. Using identical swords makes our duel fair.
All right.
First move, second move.
Your strikes are too slow.
Yet I still managed to block your attack. 10th move, 20th move. His techniques are all too familiar. He extends his finger, slides his hand down along my blade, and strikes my wrist. A tingling numbness shot through my wrist, and I almost dropped my sword. You...
Stay focused when you spar.
21st, 25th.
Who taught you that?
He's distracted. The sword spins through the air after being knocked away. I press the advantage and rush forward. I ram my shoulder into him. Grass scatters and fireflies swirl into chaotic spirals of light as he stumbles. Unexpectedly, he falls onto a flower bed. The tip of my sword pierces the soil near his face. The duel ends with me as the victor. I suppose the prophecy was correct. Xavier, I truly am destined to defeat you. A deal is a deal. The city is now under my control. Though struggling, he calmly tilts his head to the side and places his palm over my sword's hand.
I remember you saying you'd stand by my side. If that's the case, then our swords should be pointing in the same direction.
Well...
You still haven't told me who taught you that move.
You remember? I have no memories! It's body memory. Satisfied with my evasive answer, he brings that up again. I don't know. If you've never seen it before, then I can only guess it's unrelated to you. There is his hand, and his fingertips almost touch the blade. He turns his wrists. Before I can react, he flips our positions. Holding my wrist, he pins me down. Xavier, our duel already ended.
You didn't say we should stop, so it wasn't over yet.
Cheeky. Instead of backing away, he leans in. His nose almost brushes against my face.
I taught you that move.
You said our swords should be pointing in the same directions?
I also said that soft-hearted individuals cannot become a ruler.
Should have gone all out.
Can I claim my prize now?
What do you want to claim? Push him away. I'm about to stand when a kiss suddenly lands on my forehead.
You'll hit me if I do that? I'll do it more often then. I won't fight back.
You can't say that! He's dead! Don't ruin the cute moment! On the way back, he carried me on his back, in silence, his figure seeming to hold up the entire night around us. He's willing to tell me stories about his past this time. So, how wonderful was this forgotten queen?
Very.
I just want to hear my own praises now, huh? Maybe you're the only one who thinks so?
Many of Philos's myths and stories exist because of her. She issued an order that forbade anyone from entering that man-eating forest. She offended the entire Council of Elders.
Sacrificing yourself is a simple matter. Bringing condemnation while making it into darkness is not. Perhaps the Mad King who's condemned by all is the person who can save Philos. Remembering the rumors I'd heard from those little revenants, I gently tapped him on the shoulder. A book said he refused every marriage proposal sent his way. Is that true?
What do you think?
Does he look like he has a woman? Holding back a smile, I ran my fingers through his hair. I messed it up before slowly combing my fingers through it to make it neat again. If this tree of life doesn't exist, will all of us be unable to return? I catch a glimpse of fleeting sadness in his eyes this time. Everything must fade away, then I wish I could stay in this moment forever. You should say this out loud, girl. I returned to my room after walking through the moonlit corridor. Firelight gradually dims, lost embers casting a gentle glow on his peaceful expression. He leans down and kisses my forehead once more.
Don't overthink it. Rest. You'll feel better soon enough.
Gonna leave now, huh?
And when you open your eyes, you might realize this was all just a dream.
We got a cute little date before he goes and sacrifices himself now, huh? What use has being a king or queen if you are the only ones left? You have... The others are also still there on this planet. They're just like walking deads. They're like souls scattered around. My eyelids feel as heavy as lead. I'm sleepy, yet why isn't Xavier going to bed? Has he never felt exhaustion before? Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I better!
Yes. We'll see each other tomorrow.
Fucking liar. I know you're lying to my face.
I recognized you the moment I saw you. When you return to Philos and see I'm not there, will you be angry that I deceived you?
Yes! Yes!
There's a spaceship docked at the northern edge of Starfall Forest. It should still be working.
Why are we not going together? We can't leave this place together.
Coordinates have already been inputted into the navigation system. You can leave if you want.
But I want to leave with you.
It'll take you to that beautiful little planet.
But I want to go with you. Let's ignore the stupid planet. It's dead anyways. When I wake up again, I feel a boat swaying beneath me. I'm alone. An elderly ferryman sits at the stern. There's a dull ache in my heart. My memory is a blur. I don't know who I am or where I came from. I look around, a river cave, rocky, shores. Everything is unfamiliar to me. Where am I? Who are you? I look at the ferryman. I feel like I know him, but I can't remember who he is.
Once you cross the boundary between life and death, the rest of the journey is yours to walk alone.
For some reason, I'm clutching an oddly shaped fragment. It emits a faint glow in response to the energy flowing from my heart. Oh, the fucking protocorp. The boat enters a narrow cave passage. The sound of water droplets echoes and strikes my ears. Before long, the boat gently runs ground. It rests at the shore before a hazy halo of light. Everything is immersed in the soft, gentle radiance. Motionless, I stand where I am. I cannot suppress the feeling that behind the light lies an invisible force, drawing me in. The faint sound of the wind approaches from a distance, as if it's coming from the entrance to another world. Fun. And my palm touches that light, a blinding radiance surges like the tide to engulf me. Oh, the tree. When I open my eyes again, I find myself in an unknown place. There is no sky above, no earth underneath me. The world floats in a sea of consciousness. The air is moist and seemingly flowing with life. I can almost believe I am positioned at the end of a circulatory system that's making its way back around. What is that? Countless fine veins of light extend from a main trunk, the rhythmic flow resembling the breathing of a large organism. It's beautiful, enormous tree.
Go a little further ahead, and you can return to where everything began.
But do I want that? Who are you?
Our fates are similar, and yet they are different. I sensed your presence when you entered the heart of the planet.
Heart of the planet? I feel like I know that place very well.
You must be feeling very confused right
yes.
now. Wherever there is light, the shadow must follow.
That's a very Kingdom Hearts-ish thing to say.
Likewise, Cindersfell is the shadow of Philos. It is also a failed possibility that continues to expand.
So Cindersfell is heading towards its destructions too? Why am I here then?
Just like how you saved Philos, you possess the power to save the city of Revenants.
Old memories wash over me. I sat on the throne and waited for a long, long time, but my knight never returned to me. He told me the only way to save this planet is for me to walk into the heart of the planet. But if I willingly became a nourishment for Philos, why do I still feel pain and loneliness? Was I not prepared to be sacrificed? Was I waiting for someone to find me? But this time, I refuse to repeat the same mistake. I refuse to be Philos' salvation, and I refuse to be everyone's hope. The Chosen One is nothing more than a tool for selfish people who want to keep their immortality. Yes, girl! Tell them! Be it in Philos or in the city of Revenants, it's all the same.
You are correct. Philos' destruction cannot be prevented. There was once a king. When he was still a knight, he reached the same conclusion. To truly save those trapped in eternity, one must return to the correct divergence point and create new possibilities. The current Cindersfell is but a false branch. It's a tributary destined to run dry.
Are you talking about going back in time? When is the correct divergence point? That's at a soft sigh.
The two of you chose different methods to save the planet. Neither was right nor wrong. But salvation should never be achieved through sacrifice. The path of backtracking is dangerous. Success is far from guaranteed.
I remember him bidding me farewell in the empty palace. His only figure walked away from the royal court. From that moment, the two of us and the planet we inhabited created different tributaries of fate.
The ether core within you shares the same origin as this planet. Its power is from the depths of the cosmos. The protocore will mend the fractures in this world and allow that eternal city to become a reality.
But would I want that?
Before its power is depleted, it can grant you one last choice. You can return to the divergence point he created, or remain in this false Philos. Everything is in your hands this time.
Oh?
However, I must warn you, if you choose to return to the past, this world will immediately collapse. Philos' fate might find a new hope, or it will march toward irreversible destruction once more. Even you shall become an unknown variable. Have you decided?
Oh, I only have one decision to make. I apparently want to go back, yes. In the boundless passage of time, eternity is nothing but stagnation, and existing in such a state is meaningless. More importantly, Xavier shouldn't be trapped in that darkness. The light fades, and I feel my body becoming solid again as I return to the entrance of the cave. I come to my senses and look at my hands. They're gradually becoming transparent. Does that mean this world is collapsing? The ferryman waits silently at the cave entrance. Only when he sees me emerge does he smile.
Go. You've made your decision, and I'm certain it's the best one. My dear child, I have always been proud of you, and you've been through so much. As your teacher, I owe you an apology.
There at the old man's familiar face, can't remember who he is. He says nothing else. He hugs me before giving me his oar. Wait. He doesn't stop, nor does he look back as he walks into the river. The waters lap the shore and wash away his lost footprints. Bye, teacher. The small boat rocks back and forth as it sails along the inky black river. Acting as my guide, the glowing orb of light that was hanging from the bow vanishes once the boat docks. Shadowban anxiously paces back and forth along the riverside. He calls out to me when he spots me. Are you going to take me to him? Shadowban stomps his heels before galloping off with me on his back. We're heading to Cindersfell. In these final moments, I must be by his side. No matter what happens, we'll stand together. We could leave in that rocket ship together. We could just leave. Why can't we just be happy? Wind sweeps across the wasteland. The sky is drenched in a blood-red light. In the distance, battle standards lie in the mud. Revenant knights stagger between mountains of corpses. No one knows when the horns of war sounded. On this night soaked in unnaturally bright moonlight, the Revenants are reminded of the great battle that destroyed Philos. The king who destroyed Philos is the sinner who destroyed eternity.
You decided to face me alone.
He's not alone, I'm here too.
Shall we make a bet? Let's see if these people you're trying to save, in spite of your tainted reputation, believe in you or me. All survivors of Philos, your former king has rendered your sacrifices meaningless!
Hordes of Revenants walk. They drag their stumbling feet as they approach the city walls, step by step. Broken arrows and spears lie scattered on the ground. Meanwhile, he's encircled by thousands of Revenants. Countless spears are thrust towards him. Countless blades slash him. The Revenants have been consumed by their hatred and despair for too long. They need a living sacrifice to pay the debt they owe to the dead. But Cindersfell was never meant to exist. Doesn't belong to the living or the dead. The light blade that once protected the kingdom has transformed into the dark blade that slays the dead. Before its collapse, he entrusted the protocol to me, along with Philos' last chance of survival. From that moment, I was the only person who could access the divergence point and return to Philos. Yet he would remain trapped within this madness and eternity's embrace, until the apocalypse arrives. The master's sword roars as it slashes and cuts. It impales one Revenant soldier after another as they launch toward him. However, the Revenants slowly realize the blade that once struck fear into them can no longer reduce them to ashes. Silence lasts for a moment, then they erupt into a frenzy. That sword is no longer the arbiter of death. It cannot be destroyed. There's no need to be afraid. They celebrate, they howl. They surge like a wave towards the lone figure who still stands with the sword. Xavier! He turns his head. He is passing the flames and smoke of battle. When we make eye contact, surprise appears on his face. Why? Hi, Duffy. Why?
How did you...
How do you think I'd go somewhere without you? Spear Shadowban through the Revenant horde. Without any hesitation, I charged toward him. As our paths intersect, I lean down and grasp his wrist. I pull him up behind me in one swift motion. I'm the one holding his hand this time. As our powers resonate, light swiftly coalesces and forms into... He got his blade back! Yes! Streams of light wind along the back of the blade. Power surges and boils between our palms. Before the revenants can launch towards us, I grab his hand. Together we raise the sword once more. The two swords of the stars were always meant to point in the same direction.
Now you two remember, you can die together.
Okay, mate, chill out.
Philos doesn't need traitors. May you have an audience with eternity.
May you have the audience with death, huh? How about that? The great sword delivers a mighty slash. The wind howls and the very fabric of reality shifts. Amidst violent tremors, the rift splits open the sky. Countless golden rays rain down and slice the dark clouds like sharpened blades. Philos' apocalypse shall descend at long last.
The light! It's the light!
It's the sun!
We've returned to Philos, our salvation!
Yeah, I don't think that's what happened. The sunlight is akin to a torrential damper after a long drought. Delirious of joy, the revenants raised their hats and raced over the small hill formed by piles of armor. They're desperate to be the first one to touch the light. Yet it is so dazzling and brilliant that it's impossible to look at. The revenants are forced to close their eyes. The black armor covering their bodies crack. It happens once, but then there's another crack, and the third crack appears. Crystals rapidly spread across the skins touched by light. They reach their shoulders, chests, and arms.
It burns!
Monster! I've become a monster!
Are they turning into wanderers?
No! This is a wanderer!
As a price they have to pay. Their faith that's forged from lies, a pilgrimage built up on flesh and blood. All of it leads to an even more absurd death. The overwhelming flood of light knocks them down and breaks them. In the distance, atop a pile of armor, a lone figure remains. He sways as if he's about to fall, yet he struggles to stay upright.
The eternity of Philos! It cannot! It cannot!
A body which channeled the power of countless revenants, like an arrow at the end of its light. However, it stubbornly maintains a massive spectral form. In his despair, he turns only to see a light blade tear through the heavens. It rushes towards him with an overwhelming force. Light blades devour heaven and earth. Time seems to freeze in this moment. Then, there is silence. Hiddlebind, who's beneath me, vanishes. As I'm about to fall onto the sharp spears below, a hand grabs me. Xavier. The radiance of the sun and the moon emanates from his body, yet the heavy blade in his hand can no longer be lifted. The world falls into silence, only he and I remain. He kneels beside me, then he looks at me. He opens his mouth as if he's trying to speak, can't utter a single word. I realize it's the first time he said my name since I arrived in this world.
It's been a long time.
He wipes away the tears from the corner of my eyes. More replace them at a quickening rate. I don't understand how he can laugh while saying these words. The most important person in my life left me for a faraway place. I thought he would never return. The days we spent apart grew longer than the days we stood side by side.
Was this your choice?
Shake my head, and I nod. He doesn't actually know my decision.
Good. The choice you made must be the best one.
Lumen flower petals mingle with ashes and float into the sky, dyed by twilight. The story is coming to an end. At least we're dying in a really pretty place, I guess. Okay.
You said my shoulder was cold and a hard pillow, and yet you slept for so long. Do you like this one?
I do like it, but... on guard.
You have a unique way of showing affection.
I'm just testing how it feels. The poor flower!
Nimble and light when you hold it. It's perfect for your skill level.
What? That's so mean.
It managed to strike the crown, has good durability, and is good as a sword.
The sword is well made, but the storm has passed. In this world filled with light? Filled with sunlight and flower fields.
We don't need it. Looks like you've been enchanted. You miss it already?
Of course not.
My hand would look weird if it's not holding a sword. But now, you gave me the best answer.
Aww. There's a little bird
The sunlight and flowers are too peaceful. We could use a lively friend.
We only have one bird, it might fly away. Oh, that's really cute. And there's two of them. They'll be happy together.
Once they're used to caring for each other, they'll never be apart.
Oh, this is really pretty. Yeah, I was curious if this is just our imagination. This was too pretty to be true. Face.
Oh. The sun is coming out. We won't be cold for much longer. We'll always be together.
Can I have the happy place back, please? Can I be on the flower field again? What? Excuse me? Hello?
Zay, why do the knights always say, "May Philos prosper under eternity's divine gaze"? Is it because we have very, very long lives?
In Philos' oldest historical records, eternity doesn't refer to one's lifespan, but rather the stories of humanity. These tales are told by both the living and the dead. The living gather the embers left by those who have passed away. The footsteps of the dead echo in the dust. Their stories shall be recited by poets and told by travelers around a campfire. When their names are spoken once more.
We could have just gone into the fucking spaceship and leave this place together.
Only then will their unfulfilled ambitions unexpressed love and unsolved mysteries transform into stories that are passed down for generations. And to endure the test of time can be seen as a divine miracle. Eternity has always been about stories that can immortalize humanity's joys and sorrows.
Usa let go of his hand, but is released from some kind of constraint. Arthur begins to move backward. The consciousness is plunged once more into that familiar darkness. But a beam of warm light gently lifts my body. In the rapidly flowing river of time, I witness many miracles I've never seen before. A tree learns to stand again from the scorched earth. A bird breaks free from the mud and takes flight. All the wilted flowers of faded colors return to the lands of knights rushing to meet their beloved. Tiny life regrows in the magnificent tapestry of fate. Time radiates outward with countless pathways leading back to the past. Until everything slows down once more. The very last moment I hear a gentle voice speak.
Thank you for choosing him.
I would always choose him! I don't care for that fucking stupid planet! Royal Capital Lawn. It's at the castle, the sky is clear and the air is crisp. The surrounding landscape sits in silence. The skylark song drifts down from above. This day is no different from yesterday, just like countless other days that have slipped away in Philos. The small boy kneels amongst the wildflowers. He struggles to lift a sword that's taller than himself.
You had a selection of weapons presented before you. Why did you choose the sword?
It suits me.
Philos' royal family has always upheld the tradition of honing martial prowess. Throughout all his training, he showed a strong aptitude for swordsmanship. It's as if he was born with those nimble, graceful techniques already engraved in his heart. In less than a month, he surpassed the older students who were training for a year.
They say that once a knight takes the sword, they must shoulder the responsibility of protecting Philos.
He lightly bends down and looks into the child's somewhat bewildered eyes. He smiles while stroking his wind-tousled hair.
Is that the kind of person you want to be?
That's the ambulance outside for me, for my broken heart. I don't know if you heard it, but there was an ambulance just like rushing underneath my window right now. They're here for me! Follows his mother's gaze towards the corridor. It's lined with shining golden portraits of past Philosian kings.
Should I?
Predetermined answers aren't what makes us human. It's about embarking on a journey to find answers, even when you already know them. Even I don't know what kind of person you should become.
Where can I find that answer?
He holds his hand for a moment. She lets go and leans down to straighten his wind-ruffled collar.
Go to the paths you've walked, the people you've met, and the very depths of your heart. The farther you travel on your journey, the closer you are to that answer.
The young boy nods, sort of understands.
When that time comes, will I know why I'm supposed to wield a sword?
Yes. However, a sword is still a weapon. It can and will harm others. Knights wield swords for their king, and kings wield swords for their country. You shall have peace in your heart only when you wield your sword for the choices you've made of your own free will.
I'm sad. I'm devastated. What's going on outside? There are so many ambulances.
System? Who came up with that excuse?
He did.
I did.
All of us did.
I don't sense a hint of remorse from any of you. Face the wall and reflect on your actions. Xavier, come here.
Yes, sir.
Was Traceback 1 your idea?
Yes.
The backtrackers and the secret base under the library were also your doing.
Yes.
I must have committed terrible sins in my past life. How else could I have ended up teaching self-righteous fools like you?
Wanderers have gnawed this planet inside out. Why are you pretending you can't see it?
It's not your turn yet. Shut your mouth.
Stubborn old fool.
A kingdom will not capitulate to anyone, not even its crown prince. You will be abandoned by the royal family the moment you turn your back on them. Have you truly thought this through?
I know what I need to do.
I guess Xavier thinks he's some kind of savior. You're only making these grand statements because you were born with wealth.
This has nothing to do with you. You're jealous he's the crown prince while you're nothing but a forgotten hooligan from a branch
Excuse me?
Oh, I see. Is it because you lost to him today?
Matters involving the royal family do not concern you, peasant. You have no right to criticize us.
You...
All of you are so... Can you put the arguments aside for once? Or...
Nearby, their friend looks down with a smile and records the umpteenth quarrel among the backtrackers in a knight's handbook. Even when they first settled on this name, they were almost ready to brawl because they thought it wasn't catchy enough. Xavier looks into the distance. His thoughts drift to the spaces between the leaves where a small bird is singing high above the branches. He feels as if the river of time that endlessly flows has come to a standstill. The chirping birds, the drifting clouds, and the wind gently rustling treetops seemingly freeze. He turns around and gazes at the green fields at the foot of distant mountains. For some unknown reasons, he thinks he hears someone calling his name. Yet under the dappled light shifting through the leaves, there is only one fruit that has fallen.
That brat hits too hard. Oh, I almost forgot. I won't tell her about the backtracking, don't worry.
What happens between us doesn't involve you.
You... This is what I get for trying to be nice.
It's time to go.
Where are we going?
While I was resting in Silvercord, I heard them singing stories about you. You always worry that you aren't doing enough. But you're a good queen. You always will be.
Traceback 2 is preparing for launch. We'll be traveling to a universe that remains unknown to us.
God, give me a hot second, sorry. Ugh. Stars sweep past the windows one by one. During a long voyage, most interstellar travelers choose to enter sleeping pods. Only one does not. Although there are countless moments of lightning streaking across stardust, he sits alone in the cockpit. His thoughts are indiscernible. When passing a beautiful alpha star cluster, he doesn't look back. When passing a star that's about to be born, he doesn't look back. When passing the floating, faintly glowing dust in the cosmos, he still doesn't look back. The spacecraft finally passes through the long, seemingly endless deep space tunnel that's akin to a river that flows forever. It carries him to an unknown destination. But in the universe where time still has an end, he must have gone to where I am. Oh, this connects to the present time, MC! Damn. Give me just a hot second, sorry. So what happened there is we saw an alternate timeline where Xavier technically went on a deep space voyage, probably didn't find us on Earth because we were like the queen, and then we like reincarnated into something else, and then we went into like the shadow side of Philos because we never reincarnated as MC, but because we traveled back in time and went to like a different branch. Like imagine like the Loki TV show where you have all of these different branches. We are now just on a different branch where we were still the queen, but instead of like reincarnating onto a Cinderfell, we did reincarnate into like a current quote Earth place where we are in the current timeline. That's so cool. That's so awesome. I do love that a lot. God, I drank something, sorry. Oh, I gotta stretch as well. Ah! Why? Why do I deserve those? Thirsty after the story? Yes. I soared. Oh, that is so smart. That is really cool. I love that. I also have a secret times, but I'm not gonna share it with you guys. That is going to be my own personal secret times. Hi, baby. I got a new... Oh. That kinda killed me. For a second, I was really confused, like, that's so weird. Why are we suddenly in a beautiful field? Like, is this like the aftermath? Did we make it? No, we didn't. Oh, I could put this up here. Yeah, let me put this up here. Let me get rid of this. There we go. A beautiful, beautiful, cute little room. I am slightly dead. Hey, baby boy. Okay, we got some stuff coming back here. Do I have a shard? 20, 10, 10, 20, 10, 10, 20. No, nothing. Oh god. As you can see, I have a slight... I'm missing only one card with them. I'm only missing one card. I do have all of the cards of him though. Baby boy. And they're all leveled. When he reruns, I'm also gonna max him. That's it though. That's it. That was a really long story arc. 4 hours? I don't think they were ever like this long before. Someone has a slight issue here? No. It's called being faithful. Being faithful.